located at 508 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Looking for life and health, commercial, crop and farm, or personal insurance? Then give Accurate Insurance a call today at 712-527-9106 for your free quote today. Stop down and see Scott and Laura Barrett at 401 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Barrett Auto is your local complete auto service car dealership. Barrett Auto Center has a wide variety of vehicles for all your needs. If they don't have it, they'll find it. Also, stop by and see their Hercules tires. They come with a 3-year free road hazard nationwide, along with a 30-day test trial. Check out their website at barrettautocenter.com, or just give them a call at 712-527-5525. Barrett Auto Center. Looking for a place to eat? Well, stop down at El Porton here in Glenwood, Iowa. El Porton is a family-owned Mexican grill located at 612 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Looking for a good bite to eat after the game? Well, stop down and check out their daily specials. El Porton. Looking for a place to bank? Well, check out Glenwood State Bank, because they're back as a sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com. Located at 32 North Walnut on the west side of the square in Glenwood, Iowa.
There we go. Okay.
Glenwood State Bank has been serving southwest Iowa since 1899. Glenwood State Bank is the bank for all your needs. Check out their online services at Glenwood State.
All right, hello everybody. This is Nick Stavis live on GlenwoodSports.com from Ram Memorial Field on this wet and chilly evening here in Glenwood, Iowa. And tonight we're bringing you a Class 3A District 9 battle between the Glenwood Rams and the ADM Tigers. Due to the impending thunderstorms, this game was moved up to 5:30 to avoid any hazardous weather conditions. And so we'll keep you up to date on what's going on up in the sky above us, as well as some scores around the district. So let's get to some football. We have hit the home stretch of the 2018 high school football season as we're getting ready to kick off Week 7 tonight. The Rams have dropped 2 in a row with a 42-12 loss to Harlan last week, and a loss to Winterset on homecoming 2 weeks ago. Glenwood struggled to get anything going on offense, while the defense was torched by a dynamic Harlan passing game that was able to hang 21 unanswered in the second half a week ago. With the Rams' playoff hopes virtually gone for good, they will try to bounce back against an ADM team that has a rough go of it as well. After falling to Harlan 2 weeks ago, the Tigers dropped a 16-13 heartbreaker to Creston last week, making their record 4-2. ADM relies on a heavy air attack, and which could prove to be a struggle for the defense that, Zach has really struggled with the passing game defending. I know. And I'm going to introduce my partner on the mic tonight, Zach Blunt. Zach, conditions obviously aren't ideal tonight. The games were moved up due to the impending weather. It's like misting outside, just an odd October night. Kickoff early, wet conditions. It's a wet field. How does either team move the ball tonight? You'd think that maybe it might favor the Rams' rushing attack as opposed to ADM's, passing game. But how do teams deal with conditions that aren't necessarily ideal?
Well, tonight, Nick, field right now doesn't look so bad. It's going to be what happens as the game goes on. This is a natural grass field, so this is going to get ripped up pretty well as the game progresses. Now, it's just going to be a matter of how well footing is. You might see on both sides just be a lot more cautious about what steps they're taking. If you're an Iowa fan, it would be much like watching the Pinstripe Bowl a couple of years ago in Boston College when it looked like they were running all upright. Because that's really the only way they can run without, for sure, slipping and falling down. So it's definitely going to be a tough night. Not just running the ball or playing football, just moving around in general. It's going to be pretty tough.
Yeah, you and I did the game last week against Harlan. The Rams were in the game for the first half. Their defense was able to force some turnovers to keep them in the game. Unfortunately, Harlan was able to make some adjustments, hung 21 unanswered in the second half. I'm not sure you can totally blame that on the defense. The fact that the offense just struggled to get first downs has been a problem all season long. What do they do tonight to move the ball against an ADM team that seems to have a pretty stout defense?
Just take your shots. Whether that's going conservative or just airing it out, just do whatever you can to move the ball. Last week it looked like it was passing over the middle that helped them move the ball against Harlan, but once they got away from that, it really prevented them for moving the ball, and that's where the Harlan defense is able to make those stops.
ADM, we look at their quarterback, Tate Stein Smith. He's a sophomore quarterback. Last week he had 219 yards through the air, as well as a touchdown pass, along with 18 carries for 106 yards. He completed 27 of 38 passes, so not only is he throwing the ball 38 times, but he's also rushing the ball 18 times. So he's obviously a playmaker on both facets of the offense for them. What do we expect from him, and how are the Rams going to slow him down tonight?
Well, it's going to be hard to slow him down since he's a dual threat, going over 100 yards rushing last week and 200 through the air. So it's really going to be trying to limit as much as he can, almost put containment around him. We'll see what they can do, because Preston Murphy, another dual threat quarterback the Rams faced last week. At first it looked like they had him on the ground, but as the game progressed, Murphy was able to take his shots, and fell down. But eventually, Harlan was able to take their shots against the defense. So it's almost going to be a battle of attrition. I think that's the right word for it. Where you try not to get yourself tired throughout the game.
So we were talking about last week that just the talent of quarterbacks, and we're going to take a quick break here. We're going to be back with the starting lineups, talk a little bit about the stout quarterback lineup in this district, but we're going to take a short break for the national anthem. We'll be right back. This is Ram Football on GlenwoodSports.com.
Accurate Insurance is our newest sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com. Located at 508 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Looking for life and health, commercial, crop and farm, or personal insurance? Then give Accurate Insurance a call today at 712-527-9106 for your free quote today. Stop down and see Scott and Laura Barrett at 401 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Barrett Auto is your local complete auto service car dealership. Barrett Auto Center has a wide variety of vehicles for all your needs. If they don't have it, they'll find it. Also, stop by and see their Hercules tires. They come with a 3-year free road hazard nationwide, along with a 30-day test trial. Check out their website at barrettautocenter.com, or just give them a call at 712-527-5525. Barrett Auto Center. Looking for a place to eat? Well, stop down at El Porton here in Glenwood, Iowa. El Porton is a family-owned Mexican grill located at 612 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Looking for a good bite to eat after the game? Well, stop down and check out their daily specials. El Porton. Looking for a place to bank? Well, check out Glenwood State Bank, because they're back as a sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com. Located at 32 North Walnut on the west side of the square in Glenwood, Iowa, Glenwood State Bank has been serving southwest Iowa since 1899. Glenwood State Bank is the bank for all your needs. Check out their online services at GlenwoodStateBank.com.
First, ADM Tigers defense. And number 10 is Tate Anderson.
Back here on GlenwoodSports.com, Nick Stavis live from Ram Memorial Field. We are under a minute to go until kickoff before this Class 3A District 9 matchup between the ADM Tigers and the Glenwood Rams. Starting lineups tonight for the home team, the Glenwood Rams. Number 1 at quarterback, Zach Carr. Running back tonight will be Noah Carter and Colton Schutte. Wide receivers, John Palmer and Ryan Bloom. Tight end, Parker Sell. Tackles, Christian Baker and Noah Clark. Guards, Dylan Hoppe and Colton Eckhart. And at center will be Connor Peterson. And defense for the Rams, cornerbacks will be Ben Berkey and Ryan Leith. Safeties will be Ryan Bloom and Cooper Silvius. Linebackers, Eli Bales and Brock Smith. Defensive ends, Cole Mayberry and Noah Carter. And defensive tackles up front for the Rams, Greg Topetti and Parker Sell. And for the visiting ADM Tigers, at quarterback will be number 9, the sophomore Tate Stein Smith. Running back will be Nicholas Bradshaw. Wide receivers, Lucas Heights, Nathan Conrad, and Broderick Smith. Tight end will be Thomas Bourne. Up front for the Tigers on the offensive line, Nolan Savarade, Spencer Collins, Caden Sutton, Lincoln Barrow, and Charles Craigmile. On the defensive side of the ball for the Tigers tonight, at corners will be Colton Benz and Cole Williamson. Safeties will be Chase Anderson and Cody Anderson. Nolan Harsh, Nicholas Bradshaw, and Nathan Piffner will be the linebackers. And up front on the defensive line tonight for the Tigers will be Thomas Bourne, Nathan Conrad, Spencer Collins, and Caden Sutton. So we are just about set to go here tonight in this Class 3A District 9 matchup. And before we went to break for the national anthem, Zach, I was talking about the quarterbacks we've seen so far this season and that we're going to see in the upcoming weeks. So 2 weeks ago, we saw Casey Kleemeyer, who was able to hit a lot of deep balls against the Rams, threw for over 200 yards. He was also able to get the running game going for the Winterset Huskies as the Rams fell to Winterset. Then last week, we saw Preston Mulligan throw for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns against the Rams. Tonight, we're seeing a quarterback that's obviously a dual threat, as last week he threw for over 200 yards and rushed for over 100 yards. And then next week, obviously, the talk of the town, the talk of the state, the talk of, even the country, Max Duggan up at Lewis Central. We'll see him next week. He's already committed to TCU. But you just look at these quarterbacks in this district. How tough is it to be a secondary in District 9 this year?
It is extremely tough. The icing on the cake of all this season of the quarterbacks the Rams had to face, especially on this back stretch, is going to be Max Duggan, 4-star TCU recruit. So that can be just
that could be an issue.
You don't even want to think about it now because how much ahead of that. It's just been a year of just tough quarterbacks for the Rams defense. Now, starting out, the Rams will do fine, but as the game is going, those quarterbacks start clicking, and that's where the Ram defense makes mistakes. So really, tonight against Stein Smith, it's really just going to be try not to get yourself wore out quick. You almost want to try to rotate players in and out as much as you can early. That way, if the game's close late, you still have your best players in to make those stops. That will make those stops, and not have someone that they probably will, but there might be that room for mistake.
So there was a questionable player coming into this game. Glenwood's leading tackler, the senior linebacker, Brett Maurer. He was limping around on an ankle injury. He was on crutches even earlier in the week. Told me yesterday that he might not be playing, but it looks like number 14. He's walking out there ready to suit up for this kickoff. So Maurer is active, as they would say in the NFL. He is ready to play, as so are the Rams. So here we go. We are ready for kickoff. It'll be Kyle Jorgensen teeing it up for the Rams, as the Tigers will receive the opening kickoff for ADM. Decent crowd tonight on this rainy early kickoff. Sometimes might cause some schedule conflicts. Don't expect a packed house, but is a pretty good crowd as the Rams are ready to kick off. And there's the boot. Jorgensen kicks it deep, and the returner will take it from the 12-yard line. Gets it out across the 25, and he's wrapped up right across the 30, and that's where the ball will be spotted. So red out tonight. They talked a little bit about that. It's an American Heart Association cause. Red balloons released at kickoff, so that's one of the causes tonight. The other one is senior night. It's the last home game for the Rams. What does it mean, Zach, for these senior players playing their last home game on this field, the last varsity football game on this field tonight?
In years past, especially when I was going through school, it was mainly just the camaraderie that you had with teammates. Now with just the senior class, what they've accomplished, it's definitely going to be an emotional night for them.
So ADM will start at their own 31-yard line. Stein Smith comes out in the shotgun. He's got 2 wide receivers on either side.
You're going to see a lot of those 11 or 10 sets tonight, too.
Bradshaw goes in motion as Stein takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself. It's a quarterback draw as he breaks tackles out across the 35 and out across the 40, and that's where he's brought down at the 41-yard line. So Stein Smith with a nice run there. As I said earlier in the broadcast, 18 carries last week for 106 yards, so he obviously likes to use his legs as well as his arm, as that brings up 2nd down and 1 now from the 40-yard line for the Tigers.
Look like just Dylan Reed on the inside there. So Rams could be seeing a lot of that tonight. Maybe with how it is tonight, we're going to be seeing a lot of quarterback runs compared to maybe the pass.
2nd and 1 now for the Tigers from their own 40-yard line. Stein Smith drop back pass. Has a little room. Now here comes the pressure, and he is going to be dropped in the backfield. That looks like number 99, Parker Sell, the senior defensive end, in there on the sack for the Rams back at the 37-yard line. And that is going to be a 3rd down and 5 now for the Tigers.
Great job by that Ram defense, causing issues and havoc for that offensive line. Just coming in, not allowing Stein Smith to really get a lot of room to escape, and just taking him down and bringing up to 35.
So here we go, 3rd down and 5 now for the Tigers. Stein Smith back to pass, looking to the outside, and it is incomplete. Passes over the head of his intended receiver. That is number 23, Nathan Conrad, and so that will be a 4th down and 5 now for the Tigers.
Dropping back deep to
Gonna be a
the Rams,
good job by the Ram defense causing a quick fourth down and get the ball soon instead of maybe just allowing this drive to kind of just keep burning along.
So now it will be 4th down and 5 for the Tigers. There's a high snap. The punter is able to gather it. It's Ryan Bloom back to return for the Rams, but that punt will bounce at the 35-yard line and roll back to the 25 where the Tigers will down it. Now out comes the Glenwood offense. They have really struggled these last couple weeks to get anything going. They scored 12 points in the first half, but those were off turnovers. They were able to capitalize on a short field. It's been a couple weeks since I've seen them truly sustain a drive. What do they need to do tonight to keep their offense on the field?
Just hopefully by this point in the season, they have figured out what works and what doesn't, especially with this new offensive style that they've been running this year. So we'll see what they could do. Looks like a bit of a delay.
Yeah, I believe there's a flag down back at where the ball was kicked, back at the ADM 26-yard line. We'll get the call here.
22, black.
Ooh. It's going to be running into the kicker on Noah Carter, so that will be the 5-yard variation, and that gives them a first down. So the Tigers catch a break here, Zach.
Not a good thing for this Ram defense. First, it was looking like they were going to get off the field quick and get the offense on. Now it looks like it's going to be a longer drive for them.
So now 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line. 10:26 to go in the first quarter. This is the first drive of the game after the punt was called back and the Tigers given a first down. Stein Smith, the shotgun snap, back to pass. Looks to the outside and is caught, and out of bounds goes, that is number 86, Lucas Heights. Heights is their leading receiver, had 10 receptions last week for 109 yards. 10 receptions for someone who doesn't know football, that's a lot of catches in one game.
It really is. Usually you maybe get between, I would say, 5 and 8. But that just shows that you're probably the best target on this offense.
Stein Smith fakes the handoff to Bradshaw. Now here he goes down the sideline to the 50, across the 45, across the 40, and he's down at the 37-yard line. So Ben Berkey in on the stop for the Rams, but not before the Tigers are able to pick up a first down.
Obviously seeing that the best option was the quarterback keeper and was able to just turn it upfield and get yardage, so taking advantage of that misread by the Ram defensive line.
Shotgun snap, ball is fumbled, and he goes straight down to the ground. We have a different quarterback in than what I've been calling. It's number 5. I'm trying to get a number on him. That is
Braden Lee, it looks like.
Braden Lee.
Who's listening to our program as a kicker.
We're going to go with that. So it'll be 2nd down and 15 now as he's in the shotgun, sends Bradshaw out, now takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself up the middle, has a little bit of room, and he's brought down at the 39-yard line. So that brings up 3rd down and about, we'll say about 12 now for the Tigers.
And they swung out that line, the running back, to try to get some misdirection going. Rams had a bite on it and just, fortunately, only allowed a small handful of yards.
So here we go. 3rd down and 12 now for the Tigers from the Glenwood 39-yard line. Lee takes the snap. He's back to pass. Fires deep down the sideline, and it is incomplete. Pass was intended for, that looks like 23. That is Nathan Conrad once again. So Conrad down the sideline. Ben Berkey returns this week. Zach, he's been hurt the last 3 or 4 weeks with a hamstring injury. The senior cornerback is back, and that time he was able to get some nice coverage.
Impact of being back definitely felt by this Ram defense, because maybe anybody else, that could have been a completion for a huge game, but able to not allow it to happen.
So the quarterback's going to step back to punt now, and he's going to get a little rugby kick, a little pooch kick down as it lands at the 22-yard line and careens out of bounds. They'll call it at the 15. So now, Zach, we're going to see the Glenwood offense. We introduced them earlier before that punt was called back. The defense ends up getting a stop anyway, and now this Glenwood offense will come out onto the field with a 1st and 10 from their own 15.
Hopefully they didn't think about things too much while they had that extra time on the sideline, hoping they got themselves figured out what they're going to do to start off this series.
1st and 10 from their own 14. 8:36 to go in the first quarter. No score yet in this game. Carr with a snap under center. He's going to toss to the outside. This is Schutte. Schutte gets out across the 15 to the 20. Schutte with some room down to about the 20. They're going to say the 21-yard line, so that's where Schutte will be spotted. Gain about 6 or 7 yards on the play, and some nice blocking there around that right edge.
They're able to get a shot out to the side wide, something they weren't able to do very well against Harlan last week. So maybe they'll be able to go on sweeps and get to the outside this week.
2nd and 3 now from their own 21 for the Rams. Clock ticks under 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Carr with the snap. He's going to roll out to his left. Carr looking. Now he's going to pull it down and run it, and he slips and falls. There's those wet conditions as he's dropped at the 24-yard line. Looks like he might have been able to find some room, but then he slipped and fell, and now he's going to be short of the first down. That brings up 3rd down for the Rams.
It could be a situation where you just have short cleats that aren't able really to catch into the dirt, get traction.
That is actually going to be a first down. He was spotted right at the line to gain. They're going to give it to him without a measurement, so that will bring up 1st down and 10 from the 25. I know Zach's disappointed because he loves the measurements, but we don't
love
get to see
measuring
one there.
timeouts. They're my favorite.
1st and 10 from their own 25 for the Rams. Carr on the snap under center. He's going to roll out to his right, fires to Ryan Bloom. Pass is incomplete over the head of Bloom, so that will bring up 2nd down and 10. Carr struggled in the passing game throughout the season, but last week he found a little bit of success. 6 for 6, 138 yards and a touchdown. First game with no interceptions, so not a bad night for Carr last week against Harlan, as they will try to get something going in the passing game in these wet conditions tonight.
Hopefully that passing game will end up in a Glenwood win if he can't get it going like he did last week.
2nd and 10 now for the Rams after the incompletion. Carr takes the snap, hands it straight up the middle. That's going to be Noah Carter on the carry. Carter down to about the 27-yard line, so a gain of 2 on the play, and that brings up 3rd down and long now. And Zach, we talked about this last week. The Rams really need, because their passing game just isn't really all that dynamic, they really need to avoid these 3rd and longs.
Absolutely. Now, last week, something that helped them on these long situations was just those post routes on the inside or just sending someone right on a go route right on the inside. So maybe we'll see more of that this week, depending on how this ADM defense reacts early on.
So Carr takes the 3rd down snap under center. This is going to be another toss to Schutte. Schutte has room out across the 35, and he's brought down at the 40-yard line. Some nice blocking around that left side of the line, and that's going to be a gain of 13 yards on 3rd and 8. And that will be moving the chains now for the Rams.
Seeing a lot better line play this week. Being able to move the ball out on the pitch routes, too. Allowing the get to the outside instead of having to rely on staying between the tackles.
Under 7 minutes to go here in this first quarter. First offensive possession for the Rams. 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line. Carr the snap. It's going to be a little screen pass over here. That looks like that was Bloom on the intended receiver. Carr puts it right in his hands, but, that was Palmer. Palmer unable to make the grab, so that brings up 2nd and 10.
Play looked a little bit slow developing, too, on that just split in screenplay. Something that you have to definitely do faster, because even if he was able to make that catch, it looked like defense was right there to make the stop.
2nd and 10 from their own 40. Shotgun snap for Carr. Play is blown dead. Flags down.
Flag on the play.
That's likely going to be a motion penalty on the Rams.
False start. Offense. Number 88. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
So Ryan Bloom, the receiver, called for a false start. They'll move them back to the 35. Brings up 2nd down and 15 now for Glenwood.
Sometimes that's the issue with a lot of those motion plays, is you can get
about the 35-yard
someone going a little bit earlier than they should. Or the rest that you run with jet sweeps.
6:28 to go in the first quarter. 2nd and 15 from their own 35 for the Rams. Little confusion here lining up for Glenwood. They get settled in. Now Carr making a read and a call at the line, and it's going to be a toss to Schutte to the outside on the right side, and Schutte this time has nowhere to go. That one was snuffed out by the ADM defense as he's dropped at the 36-yard line. Gain of about a yard on the play, and that brings up 3rd down and long now for the Rams.
Wasn't quite able to get a blocker out in front of him, and the ADM defense just swarmed in on him. Going to be doing a lot of abbreviations probably.
That was actually a loss of about a yard. So that brings up 3rd down and 17 now for the Rams. Carr takes the snap, It's going to be a design quarterback draw, and he doesn't have a lot of room. He gets about 4 yards on the play out to the 37-yard line, but well short of the first down, as the Rams will have to send out the punting team. So that's another story that the Rams have struggled with in the past couple weeks, especially last week. This punting game, they really haven't won the field position battle.
No. We'll see what the coaches did during this practice, because it can only improve throughout the season. If someone was able to physically get worse, probably because of injury. But let's see what they do on this punt.
So the junior kicker, Alex Neusser, out to punt it away for the Rams. A little bit of mishandling on the snap, but he's able to get away a decent kick as it's going to bounce at about the 40-yard line and roll to about the 37. So the Rams basically just flip the field from their own 38 to the other 38, and that's where the Tigers will start their drive.
I don't know if he's wearing gloves or not, but he really alligator chomped that ball when it got to him, because if he didn't, that was to his left shoulder. Looked like it could have gone past him and could have been not a punt, but instead ADM getting great field position in Ram territory.
Rain all day in Glenwood, rain all day around the area. You see the referee, the head referee, the ball spotter out there with a towel wiping off the ball. So it is just going to be a wet and soggy night, and it's just going to keep getting worse as the Tigers take over 1st and 10 at their own 37. It's going to be a fake handoff, and now Stein Smith with the carry out across the 40, and he's brought down at the 43-yard line. So that's where the ball will be spotted, and it's a gain of about 6 or 7 yards there for Smith on the carry.
Smith, good job on that read. Looked like he was being pretty patient. Maybe if he had 1 or 2 blockers, could have busted that for an even bigger gain. You'll be seeing a lot of reads from him tonight.
So we have a stoppage in play here on 2nd and 4. Ball spotted at the 43. Now the clock will be running.
And let's have to wipe the ball off again.
Stein Smith in the shotgun. Sends Bradshaw out. Drops back to pass. It's going to be a swing over there to Bradshaw on the far sideline, and he's going to get down to about the 48-yard line. Nice gain there of about 5 or 6 yards on the play, and that'll be enough for a Tiger first down.
Good job on splitting out the running back there on that swinging motion screen, and really the only Ram that was even out there was Burke, and he was able to make a play.
1st and 10 from their own 48. 4:25 to go here in the first quarter. Handoff up the middle to Bradshaw, and that one goes nowhere. Ram defensive front had that snuffed out. And if there's one thing that the Ram defense did really well last week was stop that Harlan rushing game. They had their main running back had 13 carries for 14 yards. So that Glenwood defensive front really did a good job with the running game last week.
They were. But the thing that bit them was the passing game. And something I wanted to comment on real quick is look how far out they're splitting the receivers towards us.
So Stein Smith, the shotgun snap on 2nd and 13. It's another handoff up the middle to Bradshaw. He has nowhere to go. Maybe gets back to about the 46-yard line, so they're going to give him a yard. And that brings up 3rd down and long now for the Tigers. So now both teams have really faced these 3rd and longs. And with this rain and the wet field, I feel like the passing game is going to kind of be null and void tonight, so the 3rd and longs are probably not going to be favorable for the offense here. As Stein Smith takes the snap, back to pass, looking to the outside, and it's incomplete. Pass was intended for Lucas Heights, and that brings up 4th down and 12, so another nice effort there from the Ram defense, and the Tigers will send out the punting unit.
Looks like the receivers for how hard that ball was thrown need like stick-em gloves. That way he would have been able to catch it. It looked like he's not wearing gloves and just slid right through his hand.
So Tigers out to punt now. Ryan Bloom, the sophomore, back to receive the kick for the Rams. This is a pretty good punt. Skies in the air, lands at the 30. It's going to take a Tiger bounce inside the 20 and rolls down to about the 17-yard line. So the Rams will take over 1st and 10. We're going to take a quick break on GlenwoodSports.com. This is Ram Football.
Accurate Insurance is our newest sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com. Located at 508 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Looking for life and health, commercial, crop and farm, or personal insurance? Then give.
Back here on GlenwoodSports.com, Rams have 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Their 2nd offensive possession of the game. Carr takes the snap, and he's going to keep it himself on the read option. Not much room there as he's brought down at the 18-yard line. Gain of a yard on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 9 for the Rams.
Carr looked like he had a take an extra second just to get his footing, so he wouldn't slip. Going to be a lot of things we're going to see that not going to be as fast as they usually are because of this field.
Second and 8 for the Rams.
Second down and 8 now from their own 19. He got 2 yards on that play. Carr, the toss to Schutte. Schutte with a little room on the outside. Now he breaks it free out across the 25-yard line, and he's brought down to the 26. Gain of 7 on the play, and that brings up 3rd down and 1 now. So the Rams, in their first 2 drives, their most successful play has been that toss.
And maybe that's something that they'll just key on and just keep rating them, and not before they quit stacking the box and maybe split more linebackers, maybe even linemen out, do a wide 9 like the Eagles used to run. Try to stop them, then you tack on the inside.
3rd and 1 from the 26, handoff up the middle. This is Schutte once again. He's going to have the first down out to about the 29-yard line. So a gain of 3 on the play. Schutte has been the Rams' leading rusher. He is now the season leading rusher with over 300 yards. He averages 7.4 yards per carry on the season. So, into the season, we thought Carter would be getting most of the workload, but Schutte's really kind of come out of the woodwork, and he's able to put up some pretty good stats.
It's something that happens when you run multiple running backs in the system. Getting into the season, you think it's going to be one guy, and as he's progressed, it turns out it's another.
This is a handoff up the middle. Looks like the ball was on the ground, and on the exchange, it was a fumble, and that is a big turnover there as the Rams fumble on the play. ADM with the ball.
Looked like Nolan Harsh may have been the one to recover it.
So Nolan Harsh, the senior linebacker, able to jump on the ball at the 38-yard line. So the Rams with a costly turnover there, and that just looked like the ball just slipped out of Zach Carr's hands and into the hands of the defender, as ADM will come up with a short field here.
Trying to run that triple option, looked like it was some confusion where Carr meant to give it to the fullback. Fullback didn't see it, and just ball hit the ground.
Stein Smith on the shotgun snap, handoff here, and out to the 26-yard line. And that is trying to get a number on him. That is Justice Paulson, the backup running back there, into the game now. So I'm not entirely sure what happened to Nicholas Bradshaw, but it's Paulson on the carry there, gets down to the 26, and that is a gain of 7 yards, brings up 2nd and 3 now.
Always makes things more fun when it's done alphabetically rather than numerical.
Pass to the outside from Stein Smith, and it is complete out to about the 20-yard line. That is Nathan Conrad on the reception there for the Tigers, and that is a first down, and the Tigers with a 1st and 10 and their first trip inside the red zone now in this game.
Tigers really making use of that short field on the turnover. Look like on this pace could be a score, whether that's 3 or it could be 6.
Under a minute to go in the first quarter. Fake handoff. Now Stein Smith's going to keep it himself, and he has nowhere to go. Snuffed out by that Ram defensive front. That's the safety, John Lee, and the defensive end, Noah Carter, in there on the tackle. And Stein Smith tackled back at the 24-yard line, so a loss of 4 yards on the play, and that was a great job of that Ram defense staying home and not biting on that fake handoff.
Absolutely, but it was also a bit of a mix-up between the back. Looked like the play call may have been for him to go to the right. Instead, he went to the left, and Stein Smith kind of looked silly there.
Stein Smith with 2 receivers on either side. Back to pass. Pressure coming. Pulls it down, and he's going to slip, and then into the hands of Xander Sarda, the junior defensive lineman, and brought down at the 25-yard line. So nowhere to go on the play. No gain, and that brings up 3rd down and long, and that is going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. So it was a duel of punts, including one Glenwood turnover. Not a lot of excitement in this first half of this District 9 matchup. Your score at the end of 1, we are tied at 0 apiece. This is Ram Football on GlenwoodSports.com.
Accurate Insurance is our newest sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com. Located at 508 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Looking for life and health, commercial, crop and farm, or personal insurance? Then give Accurate Insurance a call today at 712-527-9106 for your free quote today. Stop down and see Scott and Laura Barrett at 401 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Barrett Auto is your local complete auto service car dealership. Barrett Auto Center has a wide variety of vehicles for all your needs. If they don't have it, they'll find it. Also, stop by and see their Hercules tires. They come with a 3-year free road hazard nationwide, along with a 30-day test trial. Check out their website at barrettautocenter.com, or just give them a call at 712-527-5525. Barrett Auto Center.
Back here on GlenwoodSports.com. Our sponsors for tonight's game: Greg Young Chevrolet, Jim Hughes Real Estate, Marty Stavas State Farm, Glenwood State Bank, and Barrett Auto Center are our main guys tonight sponsoring us. We could not bring you this game without them, so we thank those businesses for their support of GlenwoodSports.com. A 3rd and long, 3rd and 14 now for the Tigers as Stein Smith takes the shotgun snap and has nowhere to go as the first play of the second quarter goes for about 2 or 3 yards. And that will bring up 4th and long for the Tigers. So now, Zach, it's decision time. They do have a kicker with a pretty good leg. He's 11 for 11 on field goals so far, but it looks like they're going to keep the offense out on the field.
Well, maybe this could be the just trying to get your shot in as early as you can.
Back to pass is Stein Smith on 4th down, looking deep to the outside on the far sideline, and it is incomplete. Pass was out of bounds, and that will bring up a turnover on downs for the Tigers.
Could have kicked it. There's probably a coach on the side going, I told you so. But for what this drive could have been on that turnover, great job by the Ram defense preventing a score.
Zachary Fuller was the intended receiver for the Tigers, as he was unable to haul it in bounds. They said he was out of bounds. So the Rams will take over at their own 23-yard line, 1st and 10. 11:29 to go in the second quarter. Thanks for joining us, folks, on GlenwoodSports.com. We still have no score as we are half a minute in to this second period of play. Rams on 1st down and 10. Screen pass out here to Palmer on the far sideline across the 25, and he's taken down at the 29-yard line. So a gain of 6 on the play brings up 2nd down and 4. So the Rams looks like they've tried that screen pass a couple times, maybe trying to get just some quick hitters and get their playmakers out on the edges.
Well, looking at film, coaches probably saw the best game plan to go out on the outside rather than staying on the inside of the play. So we've really been seeing it with those sweeps and then now this screen where they're being able to pick up yards from these plays.
2nd and 4 from the 29. This is a handoff straight up the middle. That is Schutte on the carry out to the 34-yard line. He will have the 1st down with plenty of room to spare, so the Rams will move the chains, and they just need to kind of get this offense going, keep that defense off the field.
Well, how the first 2 plays of this drive is gone. That's just what they need to keep doing. Just keep getting it to the outside until ADM can show that they can stop you, and then try to punch them right in the eyes, go right up the middle.
1st and 10 from the 35 for the Rams. Carr on the speed option, toss to Schutte. Schutte with some room, out across the 35 to the 40, makes a cut to the 45, down the sideline 50, 45, 40, and he's finally taken out of bounds at the 35-yard line, but now they're going to spot him back at the 44. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, that's very well possible. Got pretty close to the sideline. It looked like he cut back in a little bit, and on that cutback could have put his foot right on the line.
So it was going to be about a 30-yard gain, ends up only being a 20-yard gain. I don't think the Rams are going to complain, though, as they now have 1st and 10, their first trip inside Tiger territory tonight. And they are rolling here on this drive as Carter comes back as the single back, Carr under center. That's a handoff up the middle to Carter. Ball is on the ground, fumble on the exchange, and that is going to be Tiger ball. It looks like we're waiting for an official signal, but that is going to be Tiger ball. That's number 64, Spencer Collins, the senior defensive tackle on the fumble recovery. So once again, Noah Carter unable to hold on to the ball, and the Tigers will take over.
Looking like there's a lot of miscommunication on what the play call is. That's the second time, at least that I've noticed, that it looked like it should have been a handoff to the fullback, and fullback didn't take it, thinking that maybe he was just a decoy rather than he was the intended back to get the ball.
So the Tigers now take over. That's the second Ram fumble of the day. Turnovers already piling up as we are about a minute and a half deep into this second quarter. 1st and 10 from their own 42 for ADM. Stein Smith back to pass. Pressure immediately. Stein Smith rolling out to his right. Now he's going to tuck it and run, and he has nowhere to go. A big hit there by the senior linebacker Eli Bales as Stein Smith was stood up right at the 42-yard line. No gain on the play, and that brings up 2nd down. So that time, Stein Smith was able to just pull it and run. Obviously, he likes to use his legs, but that time nowhere to go.
No, Ram defense swarmed him pretty well. Took a little bit maybe longer than wanted to kick it back upfield, and That's what gave the Rams time.
This is a handoff up the middle. This is Bradshaw back in the game now for ADM as he's brought down at the 40-yard line. Loss of about a yard on the play, so no room up the middle. No room in the running game really for the Tigers so far as they have struggled to move the ball on the ground, and that brings up 3rd down and 12 now from their own 40-yard line.
Something the Ram defense has always been good on this year has been stopping the inside run.
Stein Smith back to pass on 3rd down. Looking to the outside, pass is incomplete. His receiver fell down. That was intended for number 11, Roderick Schmidt. So no gain, not even a yard after that Glenwood turnover. Tigers unable to capitalize, and now they will be punting it away.
Once again, great job by Ram defense. Just doing the best they can and preventing another score, but this time not allowing him to get anywhere close to the red zone like last drive.
4th and 12. Tigers out to punt. Good snap. And that punt is off. It's a pretty good kick as it lands at the 30-yard line. Takes a Tiger bounce inside the 25 as the Ram returner Ryan Bloom just has to let that one be down at the 22-yard line. So that has been quite the punting fest tonight. It's not been a terribly exciting game. Both teams still feeling each other out. Rams have been moving the ball. They just can't seem to hold on to it.
No, it's really just been miscommunication that's caused the last 2 turnovers. So maybe during the sideline they worked out the communication and tried to get the play calls right. So that way they know whether or not it's going to be a give. Essentially what would be the fullback position, or if it's a keeper on either on a triple option.
1st and 10 from their own 22 for the Rams. Single back formation is Schutte. There's the toss to Schutte out to the far sideline as he's out across the 25. Brought down at about the 27-yard line, so a gain of 4 or 5 on the play. Another nice gain on that toss, and we really haven't seen that toss not work yet. So maybe they just want to keep going back to that outside like you said.
Just keep pounding it as much as you can leading up to halftime, because who knows what adjustments they can make during the break. But if it's working for them now, they just need to keep pounding on those toss plays.
2nd and 6 for Glenwood from their own 26. It's a handoff right up the middle to Schutte once again as he takes it out to the 30 and then is driven back. So forward progress will give him about another 4 yards, and that will bring up 3rd down and short now for Glenwood.
Let's see if they do a lot more just direct handoff play calls rather than trying to run a triple option like they have in previous drives.
8:25 to go in the 2nd quarter. Still no score in this game. We've had lots of punts and lots of fumbles. Both offenses still trying to get on the board. As Carr comes out on 3rd down and 2, he's going to take a quarterback sneak. Now there's a flag down the far sideline, a big pile. And we'll see where they spot him. It doesn't look like he got much of anything on that quarterback sneak. They tried just a quick hitter right up the middle to get that 1st down. We'll see what the flag is.
It's going to be 5 yards in either direction. It's either going to be offsides or a false start.
And it looks like it's going to be offside. So the referee moving the ball forward. No, it's going to be a face mask.
Oh.
Wow. So a face mask on number 45, Thomas Bourne, the junior defensive end. That will move the ball all the way up to the 46-yard line. That is a 10-yard penalty, and the Rams will have a 1st down and 10, and that's a big break there for Glenwood.
It is. Usually you don't see those kind of those penalties come out in those scrums like that. Usually it's...
This is Schutte on the reverse, and he is upended at the 45-yard line, so a loss of about a yard or 2 there on the play. ADM stayed home there and made a nice stop on that reverse. Rams trying a little trickery there.
Trying to hurdle a man, too.
Maybe trying to Josh Allen him right over the defender.
I was trying to think of Antonio Brown, Juju.
Oh, yeah.
Future Smith just kicking the punter in the face for the Browns. Never forget.
2nd and 12 now. Speed option. ADM blows up the play, but it's able to get a toss out to Dominic Robertson. Robertson on his first carry of the night as he gets down to the ADM 47-yard line. A nice gain of about, we'll call it about 9 yards on the play. That's going to bring up 3rd down and pretty manageable here for the Rams.
Compared to how things have been going for the offense the past couple weeks, I don't care if it's being called one-dimensional. Keep running that play. It's getting you yards. There's no reason you can't be one-dimensional.
Wide receivers doing a really good job of blocking there on the outside edges, giving their ball carriers a little space, able to get in the open field. 3rd and 4 now for the Rams, under 7 minutes to go in the first half. Confusion lining up here as Glenwood comes out in the single back. It's going to be a quarterback keeper, and he's going to try to toss it to Schutte, and it just careens out of bounds. So car was hit right as he pulled the ball, and then he tried to toss it to Schutte. Schutte just wasn't even paying attention. He was looking to block somebody, and the ball, luckily, he threw it straight out of bounds, and that's going to be a loss of about a yard, and that will bring up 4th down for Glenwood. And they're going to send out the punting unit here, it looks like. If you're the Rams, obviously your defense is doing its job. Are you punting here from the ADM 48?
Yeah, I think so. I think you just don't want to. If you're closer, I don't think you punt, but because of where they are, you punt it so that way you can pin them back farther.
This is a beautiful kick from Neusser, and it's going to bounce into the end zone. The Glenwood Gunners not running very hard there to get to that ball. Neusser missed the snap, was able to gather it, and then just booted one all the way down into the end zone. So it's only going to be a net of about 20 yards there, as the ball will be spotted at the 20 from the touchback.
Once again, having issues getting that snap. Needs to start wearing stickum so it doesn't have any chance of going past him.
Put some pine tar on his hands.
Better consult George Brett first.
1st and 10 now for the Tigers from their own 20-yard line. 6:32 to go in the first half. 0-0 our score. Stein Smith in the shotgun. Takes the snap, hands it off. Up the middle goes Bradshaw as he's brought down at about the 21-yard line. Not much going there as he's taken down after a gain of about a yard. Eli Bales in on the stop for Glenwood.
Taking another time out to wipe the ball down. It's too bad we're not, a mile high because this ball will get flung everywhere.
Like we said earlier, that could really favor the Rams. Obviously, ADM relies heavily on their passing game, and if the wet conditions don't let them pass, then obviously the Rams are going to be at an advantage there as we bring up 2nd down and 9. It's going to be a fake handoff to Paulson. Now Stein Smith keeps it, and he has nowhere to go. Brought down in the backfield at the 18-yard line. So once again, just that defensive front for the Rams. Parker Sell and Noah Carter and Cole Mayberry just in there all the time. And these Tiger ball carriers with nowhere to go.
Looking like a lot of, I know some people are going to love this comparison. A lot of a comparison that, I'll wait here.
Stein Smith able to get away from a sack. Now he's going to pull it down and run it. Has some room down across the 25 to the 30. Ram defender sliding all over the place as Stein Smith able to get out close to the sticks. And it looks like he's going to have a 1st down on a nice scramble there for about 11, 12 yards. And it looked like Eli Bales was about to make the tackle and just face planted as he wasn't able to keep his footing.
Yeah, I'm going to see a lot more of that. We've already seen a couple people slip, but I was going to say, this, as the game's been progressing, this ADM offense looks a lot like the read offense Nebraska used to run with Tim Beck's offense. About every play is a read.
This is a handoff up the middle to Paulson. Paulson, not a lot of room to go out to the 33-yard line, so they'll give him about a yard. This up the middle defense here for the Rams. This defensive front in the A-gaps is really working hard as Gregory Topete in on the tackle there for Glenwood brings up 2nd down and 10 from the 32. Shotgun snap for Stein Smith. It's a low snap. He's able to hand it off to Paulson. Paulson tries to bounce it to the outside, and he has nowhere to go. A host of Rams over there on the far sideline able to bring him to the ground, and that will be a gain of nothing and brings up 3rd down and long now for the Tigers.
More to think about it, maybe more of the Nevada pistol offense with Kaepernick behind center. Really effective offense that year. Was the first team to have 3,000-yard rushers. Ridiculously good offense.
I don't think we'll be seeing any 1,000-yard rushers tonight with the way this game's been going.
We'll be lucky to see anybody over 85.
3rd down and 9 now. Stein Smith, shotgun snap, looking deep down the sideline, and it is incomplete. Pass was intended for Heights, and that was a beautiful defensive effort there from the senior corner. Ryan Leith had perfect position. Heights had no chance to catch that ball.
That absolutely was a great effort by the defense. That wasn't a ball was slippery. That was a defender getting his hand in front of the receiver, knocking it away.
Leith just matching Heights step for step. Heights is going to be their main guy. 10 receptions for 109 yards last week, but that time with no chance to catch that ball. As ADM punts on 4th and 9, Ryan Bloom tracking that one down. He's going to let that one go again as it bounces at the 35, and it's going to be down at the 33. So, Zach, we've seen, like we said, a kind of lull of a game here. 3:56 to go here in the first half, and someone has to score eventually.
Someone does, and this game may be, I wouldn't say first to score, but maybe first team closest to 10 would probably get this win. By just how slow paced and just how much of just a grinded out effort it is. Not really get much footing with the slippery grass, and so it's just been running as best as it can.
First and 10 from their own 33-yard line for the Rams. It's going to be a screen pass over here on the near sideline as Palmer out across the 40. Makes a nice run there out to the 43-yard line. He's going to be close to a first down as Palmer just puts his head down and runs over the ADM corner there, Colton Benz. So the Rams able to get a couple of those screen passes, and they've been working.
Just barreled right through the defenders to give Rams that first down.
Gain of 11 on the play, first and 10. Ball on the 44. And that's going to be on the Tigers as the entire ADM defensive line jumped across. A nice hard count there by Zach Carr. That's going to give the Rams 5 free yards. So an encroachment call there, moves the ball up to the 49-yard line, makes it first down and 5. 3:36 to go in the first half. Rams trying to get some points before halftime. Still no score here on the scoreboard for either team.
Don't do anything fancy. Just keep running that outside sweep or outside screen.
Farm making a read and making an audible here on first and 5. Handoff up the middle to Carter. Carter breaking tackles, bowling his way down, holding onto the ball down inside the 45, still on his feet as he gets down to the Glenwood the ADM 43-yard line. So enough for a first down there, and that time Noah Carter showing off why it's hard to tackle a 6'1", 220-pound back.
Absolutely, and also the most effective just inside the tackles run they've had tonight.
First and 10 now for the Rams from the 42-yard line of ADM. Split back formation as Carr takes the snap. It's going to be another screen to the outside to Bloom. Bloom, stiff arm, brought down on the far sideline at the 37-yard line. Nice tackle there by Nolan Arsh in the open field, and Bloom's a pretty shifty guy. That's pretty impressive to be able to just break down and wrap him up like that.
Absolutely, just a nice little screenplay too. Waited that time compared to the first time they ran that screenplay. A lot faster development, was able to get everything going quick.
Second and 5 from the 37. 2:30 to go here in the first half. Carr going to be back to pass. It's a quarterback draw, and he just lost his footing in the backfield there. Looked like he was going to pull it down and run it on design, but he was unable to gather himself, and he's brought down at the 38-yard line. So a loss of a yard on the play brings up 3rd and 6, and we've seen players sliding all over the place tonight. Obviously, it's a pretty wet field down there.
Yeah, camera doesn't do it justice, but the midfield between the hatches really started to get tore up. So now you're going to start seeing even more slipping than before and a lot more cautious running.
3rd and 7. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Carr checking something at the line. Now he's going to keep it. Now he's going to toss it to the outside. This is Robertson, and Robertson unable to make a cut to find much space as he's brought down at the 36-yard line. Looks like had he cut it to the outside, he'd have had a lot of space in front of him. But instead he tried to just run over a defender and only able to get about 3 yards. Flora in on the tackle there for ADM.
Okay, now I think you go for it.
4th and 4. Minute 30 to go here in the second quarter. Rams not in with a big sense of urgency here as the clock ticks down here in the first half. On 4th down, it's going to be a toss to the outside to Robertson. Robertson makes a cut, has some space down across the 35 and brought down at the 30-yard line. Robertson was one slip tackle away from a score there. As the shoestring tackle brings him down at the 30-yard line. That's enough for a first down. And as you say, you're moving your hand here. The Rams need to hurry up here with 1:18 to go in the first half.
Now you start hitting it with tempo. Now you start getting up to the line, run the plays as quick as you can to not give them any time to recover.
1st and 10 from the 30. 1:08 to go in the first half. Carr back to pass. He's rolling out to his left, looking to the outside, and it is incomplete. Pass was batted and nearly intercepted there, intended for Ryan Bloom. And we talked about this last week with Preston Mulligan when we saw him, the Harlan quarterback, throwing across his body. That is such a hard throw to make, especially it's hard for a college pro quarterback to make, especially for a high school quarterback to throw across their body and put it on the money as he rolled out to his left there.
Usually the only time that passes are easy for people rolling out to the left as if you're a left-handed passer. So we don't see a lot of lefties.
Carr is not a southpaw. Second down and 10 after the incompletion. Toss the outside here to Robertson. Robertson with some space down inside the 25, and a timeout called by Coach Corey Foss as he frantically ran up to that referee, and he's able to get a timeout. Ball spotted at the 24, so a gain of 6. That outside toss once again working there for Glenwood.
Absolutely. And that last rollout play that happened just moments ago, I'm not sure really. Well, I do know why they would run it, try to get him off, catch him off guard, seeing how much they've ran the ball on this drive, and just in the game in general, try to break something up. At the same time, they're having great success just going on the outside with the runs. And when I was motioning for tempo, just keep doing that. Just keep doing those pitches. Don't allow them to get set.
So the Rams will have 3rd and 3 out of the timeout from the 23-yard line. 54 seconds to go. We've seen lots of punts. We've seen lots of fumbles. And we've seen no scoring so far in this game.
One crucial thing that you kind of need to win a game.
Yeah.
No, this isn't the pro. You can't tie.
Yep.
You can miss a lot of field goals, but in high school and college, there has to be a winner unless extreme circumstances.
Well, and I talked about, the Rams' playoff hopes with 3 losses obviously shot. They're not gonna be able to get into the postseason. But the Tigers, they're fighting for something still. 4-2 on the season. They still have a chance to sneak in as a wild card. It's a long shot, but they still have a chance to make the playoffs. So they are fighting for something here as the Rams come out 3rd and 3. Shooting goes in motion. Carr the snap. Drop back pass. Looking to the outside. And it's caught there by Dominic Robertson. And Robertson down. Brought down at the 1-yard line. A beautiful ball there from Zach Carr. Able to hit Robertson across the middle. And it will be 1st and goal for the 1-yard line for the Rams. Beautiful pass there from Carr as they just dropped him back and he delivered a dime.
Looks like if he was maybe able just to get an arm planted, could have stretched out to get in the end zone.
So it'll be 1st down and goal from the 1-yard line for the Rams. Carr on the snap, hands it off up the middle. That's Schutte, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Glenwood.
Something absolutely needed. This gives Glenwood all the momentum going into the locker room. And really with how this game's going, it could be pretty hard for ADM to try to get something pieced together.
34 seconds to go. 34 seconds to spare for the Rams as they're able to run it in from a yard out after that beautiful pass from Carr to Robertson. Alex Neusser out to attempt the extra point for Glenwood.
You know what kind of pass that was? Just a route right on the seam.
And the kick is good. So with 34 seconds to go in the first half, your score, Glenwood 7, ADM 0. We're going to take a quick break. This is Ram Football on GlenwoodSports.com.
Accurate Insurance is our newest sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com, located at 508 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Looking for life and health, commercial, crop and farm, or personal insurance? Then give Accurate Insurance a call today at 712-527-9106 for your free quote today. Stop down and see Scott and Laura Barrett at 401 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Barrett Auto is your local complete auto service car dealership.
Back here on GlenwoodSports.com, Rams able to go about 60 yards at the end of the first half, and with 34 seconds to go in the second quarter, Kyle Jorgensen will be teeing it up as Glenwood has now taken a 7-0 lead over ADM.
Gives the Rams a lot of momentum going into the locker room, pending something huge from the Tigers.
And there's the boot there from Jorgensen. It's a nice kick. That's going to be caught by Heights at the 15-yard line. Gathers the ball, and he's going to fumble the ball. Ball's on the ground, and there's still being juggled around, and it looks like the Tigers are going to be able to jump on it. Heights had a tough time fielding the ball. And then he just got the ball knocked loose, and it just bounced around for a while before finally a Tiger was able to jump on top of it at the 26-yard line.
Imagine the momentum, even more momentum, and just the crowd. What would happen if the Rams would have gotten that?
Still a nice play there. Burned about 8 seconds off the clock, so ADM with even less time. We'll see if they try to take some shots down the field or if they'll just take their 7-0 lead or 7-0 deficit in the halftime with 26 seconds to go. First and 10 from their own 26.
Definitely expect to see some shots down the field.
Shotgun snap here for Stein Smith. Motions Paulson out. Now he's going to take the snap. It's going to be a quarterback draw. Here comes Stein Smith out across the 30-yard line. Right down at the 31. Gain about 5 on the play. And it looks like they're just going to let the clock run, so they might just be cutting their losses and heading into halftime. We'll see if they try to hurry up and run another play here.
I'm not really seeing any signals coming in from the sideline.
They're just going to walk to the sideline here. And that looks like it will take us to the end of the first half. So a pretty uneventful first half until about the last 2 minutes. Rams able to construct a drive down and take a 7-0 lead at the end of halftime. That is your score. Glenwood 7, ADM 0. Stay tuned. In about 15 minutes, we'll have the second half. And this is Ram Football on GlenwoodSports.com.
Accurate Insurance is our newest sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com. Located at 508 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Looking for life and health, commercial, crop and farm, or personal insurance? Then give Accurate Insurance a call today at 712-527-9106 for your free quote today. Stop down and see Scott and Laura Barrett at 401 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Barrett Auto is your local complete auto service car dealership. Barrett Auto Center has a wide variety of vehicles for all your needs. If they don't have it, they'll find it. Also, stop by and see their Hercules tires. They come with a 3-year free road hazard nationwide, along with a 30-day test trial. Check out their website at barrettautocenter.com or just give them a call at 712-527-5525. Barrett Auto Center. Looking for a place to eat? Well, stop down at El Porton here in Glenwood, Iowa. El Porton is a family-owned Mexican grill located at 612 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Looking for a good bite to eat after the game? Well, stop down and check out their daily specials. El Porton. Looking for a place to bank? Well, check out Glenwood State Bank, because they're back as a sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com. Located at 32 North Walnut on the west side of the square in Glenwood, Iowa. Glenwood State Bank has been serving southwest Iowa since 1899. Glenwood State Bank is the bank for all your needs. Check out their online services at GlenwoodStateBank.com or give them a call at 712-527-3157. Looking for a spot to store all your goods? Well, contact Iowa Storage here in Glenwood, Iowa. Glenwood Iowa Storage is located at 50619 220th Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. They offer multiple sizes of storage units along with outdoor concrete storage. Give them a call today at 712-527-3311 and reserve your unit today at Iowa Storage. Are you in need of a new or used vehicle? Then head over to Jeff Henry Chevrolet. Take the new bridge over and talk with Glenwood's Dave Wilson at 402-296-3210 for your next new or used vehicle. Jeff Henry Chevrolet is located in Plattsmouth, Nebraska. No matter who you are, they have your car at Jeff Henry Chevrolet. Check out their line of vehicles and more at jeffhenrychevrolet.com. Jim Hughes Real Estate is back as a sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com. Located at 410 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Looking to buy, sell, or rent a house? Well, look no further than Glenwood's very own Jim Hughes Real Estate. You can contact Jim Hughes Real Estate at 712-527-3114 or visit their website at jimhughesrealestate.com. Looking for a place to get your dog groomed? Well, stop by Sharp Street Groomers, located at 102 South Walnut, here on the town square in Glenwood, Iowa. Sharp Street Groomers is a place for your dog to get pampered. Whether your dog needs nail trim, bath, cut, or furminated, stop by or give them a call at 712-527-5553. Sharp Street Groomers, we take all shapes and sizes. State Farm Insurance with Marty Stavas is back as a sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com. State Farm Insurance is located at 10 North Locust here in Glenwood, Iowa. State Farm Insurance offers auto, home, life, and renter's insurance. You can give them a call at 712-527-5480 or check out their website at statefarm.com. Accurate Insurance is our newest sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com, located at 508 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Looking for life and health, commercial, crop and farm, or personal insurance? Then give Accurate Insurance a call today at 712-527-9106 for your free quote today. Stop down and see Scott and Laura Barrett at 401 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Barrett Auto is your local complete auto service car dealership. Barrett Auto Center has a wide variety of vehicles for all your needs. If they don't have it, they'll find it. Also, stop by and see their Hercules tires. They come with a 3-year free road hazard nationwide, along with a 30-day test trial. Check out their website at barrettautocenter.com or just give them a call at 712-527-5525. Barrett Auto Center. Looking for a place to eat? Well, stop down at
About a third of the way through halftime, 7-0 Ram lead. Here at the break.
Right of the
Zach
Rams,
Long with you, and we'd like to bring you
takes
back,
the field.
give you a little break from commercials, and give you a halftime performance from the Ram Marching Band.
Let's hear it again for the Pride of the Rams marching band. Thank you, Mr. Schoening, Ms. Johnson, and especially Mr. Clark, for more importantly, the 27 seniors and their parents. Great job for the Friday night marching Rams.
Ram marching band there concluding their halftime performance. 7-0 Rams here during the break. I'd like to bring back. We're going to keep it here. Nick Staub is returning. As we're going to get check out the score updates because turn down the crowd back there so we can hear each other better. Really, the game that we're paying attention to is a pretty close game. Lewis Central Harlan 14-7 Cyclone. Check that. That's 14-7 Titans in the first quarter.
Yeah, you know, just talking about that game, you know, Lewis Central comes into the game ranked second in the state behind Cedar Rapids Xavier per the Des Moines Register, and that's kind of how it's been this entire season. You know, the problem is their RPI. You know, Lewis Central isn't really getting the respect they feel they deserve. Not exactly the toughest schedule so far yet this year. Their one signature win has really been over Sergeant Bluff Luton. So they're looking for that big win. They're looking for that win that can kind of send them over the edge and solidify them as like the best team in the state, and that's what they want. So that'll be a game to pay attention to. They had a 6 o'clock kickoff, so it probably won't be over by the time we're done here. But just like I said, just pay attention to that game because that could decide, you know, a district champion tonight.
Yeah, we'll keep attention to that as our game progresses. Halftime looks like it's going to conclude. We'll come out and looks like they're going to kick off.
Yeah, the Rams received the first half kickoff, so they will be, the Tigers received the first half kickoff, so they will be kicking off to the Rams to start this second half. The first half, Zach, was quite the adventure. Really a pretty low scoring, low excitement affair here in Glenwood, but the Rams able to march down the field in the last 2 minutes of the half and put up some points. So 7-0 is where we stand as Glenwood sends their kick return team out.
Well, there was some excitement. But mostly it's just been kind of, I won't say anxiety, but just that pit feeling of, okay, first one to score, could get this game. And Rams were the first one to score, so we'll see how things went during the break in the locker room for the Rams and also for ADM. See if they made adjustments to stop that outside run that the Glens have been really, really good with in that first half.
So the Rams will receive the second half kickoff as we are just about set to go. Glenwood 3-3, ADM 4-2. The Tigers still fighting for a long shot postseason berth. The Rams trying to pick up a big win here on senior night over the Tigers as we are set to kick off the second half here in this District 9 matchup. Dominic Robertson and Colton Schutte back to return the kick for the Rams. Referee blows the whistle, and we're ready to go.
Got to give players their 30 minutes to get warmed up.
There's the kick. And that one will land at the 15, and that's just going to die as Schutte picks it up off the turf at the 20, and he's able to bowl his way down across the 25 to the 28-yard line. So Schutte looked like he might have been trying to get that one out, let that one go out of bounds, but it just kind of died in that wet grass, and that's where the ball will be spotted at the 28. So we were walking down under the bleachers at halftime and out and about, and it is just a muddy mess out there.
It really is. Even walking up to the stadium before this game, it was a muddy mess, depending on which way you came from. You probably came from the nice pavement, which is the way I probably should have came from.
I outsmarted the mud. First and 10 for the 29. Noah Carter on the carry here on the first play of the second half as he's able to get out across the 35 to the 38-yard line. So Carter with a nice run there. Carter last week only had, I believe it was 8 carries for 18 yards, so he really struggled to get anything going on the ground against Harlan a week ago. But obviously Harlan pegged as one of the top 10 teams in the state, and the Rams are showing that they can get a pretty good push here up front as they have second down and 1 now from the 38-yard line. Our toss to Schutte. That's the play that we saw working in the first half as Schutte's able to pick up the first down out across the 40. Brought out of bounds at the 43-yard line, and that's where the Rams will have a first down at 10.
Well, good news is that play's still working, so I guess that's something you don't have to worry about necessarily right now. Granted, we're only about 45 seconds into the second half. Oh, looks like we're finally getting our food that you're asking about.
There it is. Free press box food. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, it's still coming up. At least it's at the fourth quarter.
First and 10 from their own 43 for the Rams. Schutte on the toss, and he breaks a tackle out across the 50 to the 45, inside the ADM 40, and down at the 39-yard line. So that time, Schutte looks like he might have been tripped up at 1 or 2 yards from the line of scrimmage. All of a sudden, he busts that tackle, and he gets about 20 yards.
Just put his shoulders into the defender, ran him over, and kept the ball moving. Great job by him. And we'll see if this is just got to keep this going. And granted, it's not really a situation you need to. I'd like to see the Rams pick up the tempo more.
First and 10 from the ADM 39. Carr the handoff up the middle to Carter. Carter breaks one tackle at the line and able to fall forward for about 3 yards. So a gain of 3 on the play brings up second down and about 7. Ball spotted at the 37-yard line. And like we said, Zach, it's just going to keep getting wetter and wetter out there on the field. So the run game might prove to be a huge advantage here for the Rams.
It is, but also Rams probably going to take as much time as they can as far as being able to get the condition of the field that it is now, because it's only going to get worse through the game.
Carr comes out under center. Schutte, the single back. Handoff up the middle. This is Schutte with a hole at first, and then it closes up quickly as he only gets about a yard of forward progress. So that will be third down now and about 6 here for the Rams.
Well, hopefully the refs have a supply of towels that are dry. I'm pretty sure that towel after the first half was already looking brown that the judge that's been wiping it down has. But the ADM very much ready for that run at the gut this last time. Wonder if maybe they're just going to go on another sweep play, or if they maybe try to drop back and give it to a receiver.
This is going to be a toss, just like you said, that sweep play. As Schutte has room out across the 30, down inside the 25 on the far sideline. Flag comes out at the end of the run, so we'll see what that foul is. But as of now, Schutte has a gain of about 12 yards and a first down. We'll see if this is coming back.
Unfortunately, I think it might be. It could be a hold on the swing man.
We're waiting a call here from the head referee.
Holding, 53, offense, 10-yard penalty.
That's going to be holding on the senior tackle, number 53, Christian Baker. So that will bring that run back. So a gain of 12 there, null and void, as the ball will move back. We'll see where they spot it, whether it was a spot foul or not. That is going to be a spot foul, so they'll put it at the 33-yard line. So they still got 2 yards out of it. It will remain third down, and it'll be 3rd and 4 now from the 33.
I already like these refs a lot better than last week against Harlan.
It was a little clueless last week, I thought.
Especially on that holding call. I think that really summarized the officiating.
3rd and 4. Toss to Robertson on the option play. Robertson has out across the 30 down to about the 26-yard line. So some nice running there from Robertson, able to pick up first down. And we didn't see him much at the beginning of the game, but about on that last drive, he was able to get a couple big runs and then caught that big pass that set up a 1st and goal for the Rams. So Rams really trying to implement Robertson along with Schutte and Carter. 3 different style backs, really a pretty good committee here for Glenwood.
And right now with the game, is you're just trying to get this big lead bigger, and 7-point lead for the Rams, and it could be more after this drive.
It's going to be another toss to Robertson, and he has the edge as he cuts it back up the middle. Flag down as Robertson's down inside the 15-yard line and brought down at about the 12, and there is flag back at the 30. So we'll see where they're going to end up, as it might be another holding call on that edge. They weren't really calling it in the first half, but so far in the second half, we've had 2 of those flags on those toss plays.
It could be a guy busting through the edge a little bit better than he was in the first half, and that's why he could be seeing it called a lot more.
Rams are moving back. It's going to be holding. No.
Offense, number 2.
Illegal block in the back on the wide receiver, John Palmer. So that time it was more on the edges, as Palmer is pegged for a block in the back, and the Rams once again will be moving backwards off a penalty, back now at the 37-yard line. That's going to remain first down, but it's going to be a long way to go here.
Well, seeing how the sweeps and tosses have been working, should be able to run one of those and get that yardage back. Fortunately, you get a 10-yard gain, which should be a first down. You have to go 20.
1st and 20 now for the Rams. Here comes Robertson. Robertson has the edge down the near sideline as he's knocked out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. So a nice gain of about 10 yards there. They get some of that yardage back. And the Rams, once again, finding success on that outside toss. And you wonder, maybe this was working all season and they just haven't gone to it. And now here in week 7, they're finally figuring it out.
Maybe it could have been a line thing. There's a lot of factors that could go into why a play hasn't been working throughout the season at this point. It could just be the style of defense they're going because they're loading up the box pretty well right now.
And off up the middle, this is Schutte as he falls forward into a pile. Gets down to about the 24, and he's going to be spotted for about a gain of 3, so that'll still bring up 3rd and long. It'll be 3rd down and 8 for Glenwood. 7:32 to go here in the third quarter. 7-0 the lead for the Rams, and this drive has been long as it's the first drive of the second half, and they've chewed off about 5 minutes of this third quarter here.
But the thing is, they've been moving the ball. You take away those penalties, Rams have been doing really well on this opening drive of the second half.
3rd and 8. Ball on the 8 AM 24-yard line. Screen pass over here on the far sideline to Bloom. Bloom loses his footing and drops at about the 22-yard line. So not a lot going there on the screen pass, and that'll bring up 4th down now for the Rams.
Bloom looked like he was stumbling from the second he touched the ball.
Yeah.
Tried to cut up field, and it looked like a good chunk of dirt shot in the air. Really, that it's not really raining. It's more of a fine mist that's been going on.
4th and 7 for the
Running
Rams.
camera here, I can look down right on the cover of the lens, and it's really been coming up, and a lot more has been picking up since halftime. So, field may be even wetter than it is now. It's pretty reflective too.
Carr on 4th down. The toss to Robertson. Robertson has blocking. Hurdles a man across the 20, and it looks like he's going to end up being short of the first down as he's brought down at about the 17-yard line. He's going to be right at the sticks. We'll see where they spot him. The defense is coming out for the Rams. Still awaiting an official call.
Bring out the measurement just for old time's sake.
Ryan Bloom says first down. Nathan Conrad says not a first down. So we'll see.
Well, the defender would always say not a first down.
And the wide receiver would always say it is a first down. They're not even going to bring out the measurement. It looks like it's just going to be short.
First down.
And Carr not liking that call.
Over to the Tigers. 1st and 10.
So it will be 1st down and 10 now for the Tigers. Turnover on downs there. So the Rams chew off about 6 minutes, almost halfway through this third quarter already with 6:22 to go, but unable to get any points out of it. They kind of put themselves in a hole from penalties. So now a turnover on downs. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers from their own 16-yard line. 6:22 to go in the third quarter. It's 7-0 Glenwood. Stein Smith comes out in the shotgun. First offensive play of the second half here for ADM. It's going to be a design quarterback draw. Ball is out, and the Rams have it. A fumble on the play there. Stein Smith had the ball knocked out, and the Rams will take over, and they will resume their drive right away here. A big turnover forced there by Glenwood.
What a break by the Rams to get the ball back so quick. Put him in a great field possession, too.
So the Rams will have 1st down and 10 at the 22-yard line. The design quarterback draw ends in a fumble, and the Rams will have the ball back here with 6:07 to go in the third quarter. 1st and 10 for Glenwood. Carr under center. Carr takes the snap. He's going to roll out to his left. Carr looking, firing deep to the end zone, and it is picked off. Intercepted. Yep, it was picked off there. It looked like he might have bobbled it and dropped it, but it is going to be intercepted. Carr just kind of floated that one up there, and it was intercepted by Chase Anderson, the junior safety. So that is another big turnover there for ADM as they're able to catch a break on a pretty errant throw there from Carr.
Playing
And with the
broadcast quality control here, and I go off headset interception. I'm not taking my headset off for the rest of the game.
The bad omen. It's like you kicking the chair last week in Harlan.
I kicked it too many times.
1st and 10. It'll be at the 1-yard line. So Tigers going to starting within the shadow of their own goalpost here with under 6 to go in the third quarter. This is going to be a run right up the middle. And he's going to be spotted at about the 2. So a gain of about a yard there brings it up 2nd and long now for the Tigers. Bradshaw, the ball carrier there. So the Rams defense now probably going to try to bring some heat here, pin these guys back even deeper. Tempo offense here as Stein Smith takes the snap immediately, and he's going to keep it himself. Running up the middle, nowhere to go, stacked up right at the 2, so no gain on the play, and that'll bring up 3rd and 9. ADM trying to move quickly here, catching this Ram defense off guard, but Glenwood is unwavered right now.
And something I ought to watch if they're trying to go with this tempo where back up in their end zone, that near receiver to us, almost right on the G, on the near sideline. Watch for a screenplay to him.
3rd and 9, flags down.
That should be a false start.
Dead ball foul, can't move the ball much closer to the goal line right now. Well, we'll see if it is a dead ball. Or excuse me, if it's a false start.
False start. Offense. Number 70.
So Caden Sutton, the guilty party there. The junior offensive lineman called for the false start. That will move the ball back half the distance to the goal, which is about a half a yard backwards. So now it will be 3rd down and 10 from basically their own goal line here. Trips now for Stein Smith, and he's going to run it himself, and he was able to squirt out of the pile there, but didn't get much, down to about the 4-yard line, so a gain of 3. And after the interception, that Ram defense allows no space.
No, and they're really going to put ADM in a tough situation, having to punt for the back of the end zone. But something I was watching for on that play, it looked like a run all the way, but something that ADM's been doing all night is when they run that trip, is that Baylor wide trip where the receivers.
Punt's blocked. Punt is blocked and picked up by Xander Sorda. And Sorda's into the end zone. Touchdown, Glenwood. What a play from the Glenwood special teams as the punt was blocked and it fell right into the junior defensive lineman's hands and he walked in for 6. And the Rams have added to their lead after the punt block here in the end zone.
This may be the most energized I've seen the Rams all season. Sideline jumping up and down. Coach is celebrating, also staying out, holding up their fingers, one for just an extra point. But it seems like beginning of the year, that energy that seemed like the Rams had at one point, that loss, has finally come back here towards the end of the season. What a special moment, too, for it to be on senior night.
Kick is up, and it is good. So 4:39 to go here in the 3rd quarter. The Rams take the lead after the punt was blocked, and Xander Sarda took it in for 6 off the deflection. So Glenwood with a big special teams play there as they will kick it back to ADM now. And, Zach, that's exactly what the Rams – it feels like the Rams have always been on the other side of those kind of plays all season, and this time they're finally able to get one.
It really is, and it's a good thing that something like this has finally happened this year instead of having to wait another week. Or maybe even next year. But for it to come on senior night, crowd really into it now. This press box is shaking, which doesn't seem much because you'd have someone going up the stairs and it would be shaking. But just the excitement has really come over the crowd.
The last game, not only is it senior night, but it is the last varsity football game ever going to be played here on Ram Memorial Field. They'll be tearing down the stadium in the next couple of weeks and putting in an entirely new complex. So pretty special game here for the Rams tonight as they have taken a 14-point lead here. 4:39 to go. This game's not over, but the Rams really with a lot of momentum, and the way ADM's had not been able to move the ball, it seems as if that touchdown could really secure a nice lead here for the Rams as Jorgensen's able to boot it deep. This is going to be, looks like Chase Anderson here on the return for the Tigers, and he's brought down at about the 26-yard line, so that's where the Tigers will take over. Nick Gill, the senior, on the tackle there for the Rams.
And this is going to be a huge drive for the Tigers. How they react on this drive to being down now by 2 scores and just giving up a point on error. If they can answer back, I think ADM is in this game, but I think if the Ram defense can force a stop of some kind, this game could be all Glenwood for the rest of the night.
Shotgun here for Stein Smith. Bradshaw motions out and looking to the outside. It's caught by Bradshaw, and he is stuck in the backfield. What a tackle there by Cole Mayberry. A beautiful stop there back at the 19-yard line, and he had something to say there to Bradshaw as he stood up and gave a flex to the Glenwood sideline as it's going to be spotted back at the back at the 19. So a loss of about 7 yards on the play there for the Tigers.
Mayberry snuffing out that play from the second the quarterback moved his hand, sent it back in motion. Immediately followed him out on the flat and took him down immediately.
Shotgun snap here. They're going to motion him out again. And there's going to be flags down. It was going to be a quarterback keeper for Stein Smith, but the ball is going to be blown dead. We'll see what the call is here. 3:58 to go.
Probably a legal shift or false start.
False start. Offense. Number 23.
False start on the wide receiver, Nathan Conrad, so that will move the Tigers back even further. And right now, all the momentum is on this Glenwood side.
It really is, and you can kind of see ADM starting to kind of get defeated a little bit, especially with his penalties and how far back they are.
2nd and 22 from their own 14. Fakes the handoff. Stein Smith looking deep, and he's going to be sacked in the backfield. There's Xander Sarda making another play. What a night he's having. He was able to get in there on the tackle there with Greg Topetti as well. So the Rams really getting a nice push up front and wreaking havoc in this ADM backfield as it's now 3rd down and 23 from their own 13 after a loss of 1 on the sack.
Just nowhere to go for Stein Smith either. That pocket collapsing almost immediately. And Rams causing the sack.
Shotgun snap for Stein Smith. Rolls out to his right. Looking, firing deep down the sideline, and it is incomplete on the far sideline there. Pass was intended for Lucas Heights, his favorite receiver. And, you know, we talked about that at the beginning of the game. Heights had 10 receptions last week against Creston for 109 yards, and he has been basically silent tonight in that passing game.
He really has. The Rams secondary doing a really good job, especially after getting burnt for 420 yards last week by Harlan. Nothing going for this ADM offense in this game.
Usually it's the other way around, but this time the Rams have kind of reversed that narrative tonight on senior night as the punt lands at the 41-yard line and is down at the 44. So the Rams will once again have good field position and a short field to go. 2:59 to go here in this 3rd quarter. Glenwood with a 14-0 lead, and they are really riding a high here from the defense.
Sideline, pretty excited. Defense coming off the field. They're tapping each other on the helmet saying, good job. This is, you know what? The trends continue, and this being the last game on this natural grass field, do you think they just tear down the goalpost just for the heck of it?
I don't know, because I think there's still JV and middle school games going to be played here. I think it's just the last varsity game played on this field, but that would be kind of interesting to see if they wanted to bring down the goalposts, as this is a handoff right up the middle here to Dominic Robertson, and he just has nowhere to go. Forward progress stopped at the 43, so a gain of a yard on the play. Brings up 2nd and 9.
I don't want to, sound like assuming that this game is over with, but it's just the trend that things have been going. It's 3 minutes, 2.5 now on the clock in the 3rd quarter, and really it's just been a grinded out run game. Pats for both sides outside of one play by Glenwood just been taken out of this game completely.
2nd and 9 from the 43. Toss to the outside to Schutte. He has a little room as he's brought down at the 37-yard line. Gain of about 6 on the play, but now a flag is thrown back at the 43, so it's likely going to be a holding call or a block in the back on the Rams.
Yeah, 2 flags come out. That'll probably be a block in the back.
Waiting the call from the head official. 2:20 to go here in this 3rd quarter.
Ram offense already marching back.
Holding, offense, number 50. That penalty declined. Holding, offense, number 32. That penalty is accepted. 10 yards from the spot. Take it down.
So holding call there on Noah Carter, the fullback. And that will move the Rams way back here to the 44-yard line now, or excuse me, 46-yard line now in their own territory. It'll bring up 2nd down and 20. They'll replay 2nd down.
Rams really look like they cleaned up a lot of stuff that's been bugging them this season. Penalty yards for Rams, we don't have statistician with us, which would be nice. It'd be nice to have a nice thing, but really, not a lot of penalties against the Rams tonight.
We don't have nice things.
We try to.
And this is Carr on the scramble. Carr with a little room, loses his footing down at the 46-yard line.
Nice scramble, brings it up to about.
So a gain of about 9 yards there on 2nd down. Still brings up 3rd and long, but he's able to get some of that yardage back. And we have just seen that wet field taking its toll on these offenses and defenses. Tacklers and ball carriers sliding all over the place. As we tick under 2 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. 14-0 Glenwood with the lead. They face a 3rd down and 11 here on the 45-yard line. Shotgun in formation here for Carr. He's in empty. Jet motion, and now a flag down. And everyone moved, and the center forgot to snap the ball.
Well, at least that was the only issue. It could have been a lot worse. But you almost have to imagine that players to do anything would need maybe 2-3-inch spike just to get a hold of their footing.
Kidding.
But if they do that,
Satisfaction. Offense, 57. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
they do that, then there's no green on this field anymore. It's just all brown.
Right.
Be like playing on the O.Co Coliseum on the baseball turf.
Classic baseball turf. It's going to be a sad day when they move to Las Vegas.
Or an exciting day. Depends on what you look at it.
Shotgun snap here for Carr on 3rd down and 16, and the pass is complete on the far side there. That is Justin Jimbalvo, the senior receiver that we've seen him kind of in the mix lately. Saw him catch a couple of passes in the Winterset game, and this time he's able to get his first snag of the night down to the 39. So it was a gain of about 10 yards, and that brings up 4th down and 5 now for the Rams.
Probably only the second pass play, maybe first of the second half for the Rams.
4th and 5. Carr under center. Barks out of command, now takes the snap. It's going to be a toss to Robertson. Robertson juggled the snap, now he has it, and now the ball's out, and it's going to be ADM ball. So the Tigers recovered. Robertson looked like he almost never even had that football. He juggled the pitch, and then just kind of took about 4 steps and then fumbled it. So now the Tigers will take over. The Rams would have had a first down there had he held on to the ball, but Tigers will take over here with 18 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, down 14.
That play, though, just a mess from the beginning. Just Carr immediately
it was blown
getting
up
taken
there.
down. So it was really just doing all he could, but couldn't really get possession of the pitch. All hit the ground.
1st and 10 from their own 33 as the Tigers take over off the Robertson fumble. Stein Smith, the shotgun snap. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. This is Paulson, and he has nowhere to go. Justice Paulson. Loss of about a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11. That's going to probably be the last play of this 3rd quarter, and that it is. So the Glenwood Rams capitalize off a blocked punt returned into the end zone here in the 3rd quarter. That's the most exciting thing that happened in that quarter. As we put 12 minutes up on the clock, ready for the 4th quarter. 14-0, the Rams lead. We'll be right back. Ram football on GlenwoodSports.com.
Accurate Insurance is our newest sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com, located at 508 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Looking for life and health, commercial, crop and farm, or personal insurance? Then give Accurate Insurance a call today at 712-527-9106 for your free quote today. Stop down and see Scott and Laura Barrett at 401 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Barrett Auto is your local complete auto service car dealership. Barrett Auto Center has a wide variety of
Beginning of the 4th quarter, it is 2nd and 11.
14-0 Ram lead here as we start the 4th quarter score update between Lewis Central and Harlan, 35-7, and the 3rd. We're introduced to our play-by-play man.
Lewis Central leads 35-7.
Did I say Cyclones again?
I don't know. I don't think you said anybody.
Whoops.
It's been a long night.
It really has.
Shotgun snap for Stein Smith on 2nd and 11, and that is bobbled and caught here on the near sideline by Lucas Heights as he's brought down at the 37-yard line. So like you said, 35-7. Lewis Central proving a point that they are the best team in the state of Iowa in Class 3A as they are mauling the number 6 ranked Harlan Cyclones, who Glenwood lost by 30 the last week, and the Rams will have LC next week.
That's just making that matchup way more scary. Is this Lewis Central's first year back in 3A?
It is. It's their first year since 2012 back in 3A, so they are trying to continue their quest for a state title. 3rd down and 7 now for Stein Smith. Chased out of the pocket there by the Ram pressure and throws an incomplete pass on the near sideline. So that will bring up 4th down and 7, and the Tigers will bring out their punt team. 11 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. So, Zach, down by 14 points. 11 minutes to go in this game. 4th and 7. Do you agree with the punt here?
I only agree with the punt because of where they are.
Yep.
They're so far back in their own territory. You don't want to give Glenwood a chance if you just going with the assumption that you don't convert.
So this is a nice punt. Ryan Bloom tracking that one back, and it takes a big Tiger roll all the way down to the 9-yard line. What a punt there, as the Tigers will net about 55 yards there on that punt. A beautiful kick there from the Tiger punter, and now the Rams will have 1st and 10 from their own 9 to start their drive.
Really changing the field That punt, great job.
First and 10 from their own 9. 11:04 to go in the game. Rams with a 14-0 lead here over ADM, trying to get back into the win column as they sit at 3-3 right now. Carr comes out under center. Handoff up the middle. This is Noah Carter. Carter brought down, excuse me, that's Dominic Robertson on the carry. He's brought down at about the 13-yard line, so a gain of 4 on the play brings up second down at about 6 now for the Rams.
Robertson blasting up the middle, just almost at will. So really that front four for ADM may be just completely worn out at this point.
Second and 5 from the 14 for Glenwood. Handoff up the middle, exact same play. Dominic Robertson on the carry again as he's brought down at about the 20-yard line, so another 6 yards. And that should move the chains here for the Rams.
It's almost like watching old school, like 1960s football where every play is a run, just pounding it out.
And it's working. You know, we talked at the beginning of the broadcast that they just could not sustain a drive. We really haven't seen them do that all season. They've really done that well tonight.
And that could be finally just working out those kinks they've had all season.
First and 10 from their own 20 for the Rams. It's going to be a fake handoff now, a counter here to Robertson, and he doesn't have a lot of room there as he's brought down at about the 22-yard line. Gain of a yard or 2 on the play, and that brings up second down as we tick under 10 minutes to go in this game.
I really think that Rams are you just play for a clock. You just burn as much clock as you can.
Well, you know the Tigers aren't moving the ball, so there's really nothing to worry about as far as first downs unless all of a sudden the Tigers have some wild epiphany and start slinging it around. You know, the Rams are pretty well in control of this game. Handoff up the middle here on 2nd and 9. Colton Schutte with nowhere to go.
That took 8 guys loading up in the box to do that.
That was actually that was Carter. It's kind of hard when they run it straight up a pile and they're running 3 different running backs. It's hard to see exactly who has the ball when there's so many tacklers in on the play and they're running an entire committee of backs. It's a challenge to get a number on who actually has the ball.
It makes me wonder what it was like doing commentary for like the 90s Wisconsin team with what's that big back's name?
Shotgun snap here for Carr. He's going to keep it, and he makes a move, and he's going to be brought down to the open field. Nice tackle there in the open field by number 3. That is Harsh, so he brings him down to about the 25-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play, not enough for a first down. They'll still leave about 5 or 6 yards to go, and the Rams will bring out the punt team.
Ron Dye was the name I was trying to think of, but that was probably the only play on this drive where you can actually for sure tell who kept the ball on that play.
4th and 5 from the 25. 8:35 to go. Fives are wild. 8:35 to go here in this game.
Can't do that in baseball.
Punt snap here as Nooser's out to kick it away. And that's going to be waved off and takes a big Tiger bounce as it spins all the way back and down at the 40-yard line. So the Rams only net about 15 yards off of that punt. Nooser got a pretty good boot on it. It landed. It landed and bounced backwards about 10 yards.
Nooser, that might have been his cleanest punt snap anyways he's gotten all night. That wasn't something that, this could have gone past him, that could have gone past him. That was the first one that we've seen where he was in front of it, slightly low, but he was able to possess it clearly and not have any worries whether or not it was going to go past him.
Tigers with a 1st and 10 at the Ram 40. They're going to try to take advantage of this short field, trying to get back into this game. This game is not over yet if the Tigers are able to get anything going on offense here.
First question, Glenwood back here. ADM coach will take the ball, roll it down. First down.
First contact.
Whatever that means.
I think they were saying that it was first contacted way farther back than it was actually down.
But the whistle wasn't blown, so they get to take the ball where it was intentionally down. So now it will be 1st and 10 for the 40-yard line. Just over 8 minutes to go in this game. Shotgun here for Stein Smith as he takes the snap and drops back. Has a little time looking deep down the sideline, and it is waiting a signal. Incomplete. Pass was out of bounds. The pass was hauled in there by, it looks like Lucas Heights, but unable to stay in bounds, and that will bring up a 2nd and 10. So ADM just taking shots here, trying to get back into this game, down 2 scores with 8 minutes to go.
And that was a pretty pass, too.
Yep, it was.
That was, if he's in bounds, that's a huge gain for ADM.
Shotgun snap for Stein Smith once again, looking to the outside, and he overshoots his receiver there. That pass was intended for Conrad, so that brings up 3rd down and 10. So now 2 straight incompletions has the Tigers in a hole here, 3rd and long. 8:03 to go in this game. 3rd and 10 for the Tigers from the 40-yard line. They trail the Rams by 14 points here.
Smith Stein, a funky throwing motion, too, not really setting his feet, almost had his right shoulder in front of him before he threw it.
Takes the shotgun snap on 3rd down. Rams get pressure, and it is going to be intercepted by Ryan Leith at the 35-yard line, and he's brought down right there. So Ryan Leith picks the ball off the deflection, and the Ram defense is fired up as Leith gets his first interception of the year on senior night, and the Rams will take over. And this has just been costly turnover after costly turnover here for the Tigers.
I think I saw Coach Foss just running back and forth by a 20-yard span, just tapping players on the head, high-fiving. He's really excited to see how the Rams can do tonight after just the frustration that's taken place over the last several weeks.
1st and 10 for Glenwood. Ball spotted at the 38-yard line. 7:55 to go in this game. 14-0 the Rams with the lead, trying to put this game on ice. And that's going to be a motion penalty on Glenwood to start this drive.
Well, at least it's only probably going to be 5 yards.
Ball start. Offense. Number 76. 5-yard penalty. Go 1st down.
If you're the Rams, this is my question. If you're the Rams, how soon after this game is over do you start thinking about Lewis Central?
Yeah, you know, I think you're just trying to get a win because those have been pretty elusive lately. 2 losses in a row. Rams are just trying to close this game out as another flag. It's going to be another motion penalty. So Glenwood just high on their emotions right now, and they're not really focused, as that's going to be another 2nd straight false start penalty.
Illegal shift. Offense. 2-minute motion. 5-yard penalty. Go 1st down.
So this Ram crowd getting a little uneasy here. 7:53 to go in the game. 14-0 Rams with the lead.
Well, it looks like they're just trying to run that sweep play to give them some break it out wide and get the ball going even more. I think at this point, you just try to line up in your base offensive set. You don't try to go for that jet sweep.
That's what they're doing here as they come out under center. Card takes the snap. It's going to be a screen pass over here on the near sideline to Palmer. He looked like he might have had a little room, but he just slipped and fell. Number 33, Cole Williamson, the sophomore corner, defending the play. He didn't really have to do a lot, though, as Palmer just lost his footing right when he caught the ball.
It looks like the mist is starting to pick up, too. Looking over at the lights, you can start seeing more bands come across the lights.
2nd and 21 for Glenwood. Lots of a yard on the play. As Carr takes the snap, keeps himself nowhere to go. Beautiful penetration there by Spencer Collins, the senior defensive tackle. As Carr is brought down right at the line of scrimmage, so that'll bring up 3rd down and very long. Clock's ticking, Zach. 7 minutes to go. Rams, if anything, they're working the clock.
Yep, you know, are probably about 12 yards farther back than they wanted to be, or maybe even 22. We're probably hoping to have a couple first down at this point.
3rd and 22 it is. From their own 26. Carr in the shotgun back to pass. Looking, has time, now firing deep across the middle, and that's going to be picked off again. There were really nobody in the area. He was looking for Ryan Bloom, and this one's going to be returned all the way out to the 47-yard line. So that was actually, it looks like number 6, Andrew Flora, on the interception. So that's the 2nd pick of the night here for Zach Carr, and he looks like he might be hurting. He walks off the field. He doesn't even look like he knows where he is.
I think that could have been a planting issue because he looked a bit funky.
He can't even. He's coming off the field right now, holding his head, and he is wobbly step. He looks like can't even figure out where he is. So they'll probably test him for a concussion. Might have taken a shot to the head there as he's having to be helped off the field just to stay on his feet, wobbling around.
Coach Laufelbein looking for the trainer.
This is going to be a pass on 1st down. Stein Smith looking deep, overthrows everybody. Pass was incomplete. His intended receiver Conrad wants a penalty. He wants a holding penalty, as it looked like John Lee might have knocked him around there before the pass got there, but no flag on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Tigers. So Zach Carr being hurt would not be ideal here for the Rams.
No, it looks like he may be working on the leg down there, though. He could have popped it when he planted his foot. Because when he threw it, he kind of slid a little bit. And it took an extra second than it probably should have for him to get rid of the ball.
It looked to me like he was just wobbling around because he didn't, he took a shot to the head and didn't know where he was, but that makes more sense. As they're looking at his leg. Second down here. Oh, a big blitz here and a huge hit. And he's going to be fumbled back at the 40-yard line and recovered by the Tigers. Eli Bales shooting through the line and a monster hit on Stein Smith. It wasn't even a second before Stein Smith was on his back. A monster hit there for Bales and a big loss on the play.
Just to throw out how big of a nerd I am. For those that are watching the broadcast, I think I just saw Bill Goldberg spear someone out there. Oh, man.
And the Rams are going to bring the blitz again. This is going to be in a designed screen as it is caught at the 50 across the 45 to the 40. This is Heights, and Heights is brought down at the 49-yard line. Or excuse me, 39-yard line. That was actually Nathan Conrad on the reception, not Lucas Heights. So I had all kinds of things wrong there.
Ball bouncing off a defender, a receiver going to another man. But it looks like they are doing concussion protocol on that car down in front of us now.
I'm surprised Stein Smith is in a concussion protocol after that hit he just took from Eli Bales. This is Paulson on the carry. Paulson has room out across the 30, and he's going to be dragged down and thrown to the ground at the 31-yard line. So a nice gain there from Justice Paulson, the second-string running back, and that's going to be enough for a Tiger first down. So, the Rams pretty upbeat, pretty high on their emotions, but they still have to stop the Tigers here. The Tigers moving the ball now, 30-yard line, 1st and 10, with 5:12 still to go in this game.
So plenty of time for ADM to do something.
All it takes is one of those big, long passes to be complete. Stein Smith has not been able to find that yet as we have a flag down here on 1st down. That's going to be encroachment on the Rams, so Glenwood shooting themselves in the foot right now. After that big hit, they were so hyped up that they allowed 2 big gains in the 1st down and now a offsides penalty. And with 5:04 to go in this game, the Tigers will have 1st and 5 from the Glenwood 25.
You got to play a complete game, guys. You can't just play 3 quarters.
Back to passes. Stein Smith has it complete on the far sideline. That was Conrad as he is down at about the 20, or about, we'll call it the 19-yard line. So a gain of 6 yards on the play is up 1st down. Clock will stop. 4:52 to go in the game. 14-0 Rams lead. ADM with a 1st and 10 at the Glenwood 19-yard line inside the red zone. As Stein Smith takes the snap, he's going to keep it, or no, he's going to hand it off. That was Paulson on the carry, had nowhere to go. Looks like it might have been a read option, and it looked like Stein Smith just made the wrong read because if he kept the ball, he had a lot of green grass in front of him.
That could have been just straight design with trying to go with the illusion of a read. But, that far receiver, I thought he was a Ram when he caught the ball because his jersey is so dark.
Deep pass here to the end zone, incomplete. Pass was intended for Conrad once again on the far sideline in the end zone. So some nice, we hear the PA announcer, some nice pressure there for Glenwood, getting in Stein Smith's face a lot, not allowing him to make a good throw as he just launched it out of the back of the end zone there.
Stein Smith just kind of threw it up. It looked like he had maybe fingertips on it at the best, but the Ram defender just tapping it up to get out of there.
4:21 to go, a 3rd and 11 now from the 20-yard line for ADM. Man in motion. Stein Smith, the shotgun snap, rolling out. Pressure coming, firing deep to the outside, and it is going to be caught. Caught here on the near sideline. A beautiful sliding grab there. That is going to be Conrad as they have just gone to him over and over here. And now it looks like we might have an injured Ram. Nope, he gets up. It looked like might have been Ryan Leaf down there on the ground, but he pops right up. And now a 1st and goal. Nice pass play there. Beautiful throw there with pressure from Stein Smith.
Stein Smith really took the prize for throwing that, taking a shot. But that just a great bootleg and getting a guy out on what looked like a flood concept.
1st and goal now, Wildcat formation. Ball's on the ground. Ball is loose, and the Rams are going to be on it. The Rams are on it. Eli Bales on the fumble recovery, and the Rams take advantage of the fumble. Flag down.
This
Hold
could be
on.
unsportsmanlike conduct. This came out after the play.
We'll see what the referees call. As of right now, it's Glenwood ball at about the 10-yard line. As you said, this flag came out late. We'll see what the head referee has to say.
Unnecessary roughness, maybe.
After the fumble recovery, the personal foul, late hit. ADM, number 73. 15-yard penalty.
So a late hit on the Tigers.
Man, I'm surprised what was it called on Nebraska? How many of those get? Sorry, my Husker fan is showing. But just a flag.
You're 0-4 Husker fan?
Yep, 0-4 Husker fan. I don't know if people have seen this, but you know what the Cleveland Browns did with everyone got free Bud Light if the Browns win? Matt Johnson of Barley's up in Council Bluffs doing the same thing for Nebraska fans.
It might not happen this week. They go to Wisconsin tomorrow night. That could be rough. Eduardo Salicia is into the game, the backup quarterback, as he hands it off up the middle. And that looks like Dominic Robertson on the carry. Gets down to about the 30-yard line, gain of 4. Timeout ADM with 3:48 to go. How frustrated are you if you're the ADM Tigers? You were moving the ball. You had a chance to make it a one-score game with, little over 4 minutes to go, and then all of a sudden you fumble on the snap, and the Rams have the ball ready to put this game on ice.
I would be extremely frustrated on that sideline. I don't know, would be more frustrated as players on the field, the players on the sideline are trying to go out and make a play on defense. If you get the score, it's just frustration all around. And that late hit flag could have been just a frustration call too. It's just you're so close, and then you make this mistake, and your just emotions just let out.
3:48 to go in the game. Glenwood now with the ball. Second and 6 on their own 30-yard line. Eduardo Salicia is into the game. Zach Carr, we'd assume, is in concussion protocol as they're doing all the concussion tests here down on the sideline. Salicia is actually a foreign exchange student from Mexico, and he played American football in Mexico and was a quarterback, so they brought him in, and he's the second string to Carr, and right now he's in the game as they have second down and 6.
American football is growing in Mexico.
Hand off up the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 32-yard line. Colton Schutte on the carry. So a gain of 2 or 3 on the place. A gain of 2 or 3 on the play, and that will bring up third down and short now for the Rams.
And it looks like the mist is starting to come down a little bit more. But in Mexico, listening to this, football growing, the NFL doing its international series, growing not only the NFL, but the game of football internationally, which internationally football has a really cool name of gridiron.
Right. Yeah, and you talk about the Super Bowl too. Is they really popularized the Super Bowl. I mean, millions and millions of people tune in around the globe. So obviously, it's gaining popularity. And you see that here. You get a foreign exchange student from Mexico. Wouldn't expect him to play American football, but he comes in as a quarterback, and he's set up right as second string. And now he's in the game here with Zach Carr on the sideline.
So doing something that really maybe did not expect doing whatsoever when came here as an
exactly.
But just real quickly before we get back to play, the international game down in Mexico is looking like it's going to be pretty good at this point. Between the Rams and the Chiefs, both teams undefeated.
Yeah. 3rd and 5 for the Rams on their own 31. Toss to the outside. This is Schutte. Schutte shakes off one tackler in the backfield. He's not going to have much more as he's brought down at about the 32-yard line. Gain of maybe a yard, and now ADM is going to use their last timeout. So now, if you're the Tigers, all of a sudden, if you would have gotten that score, stopped the Rams, you have the ball back with 3:35 to go. But with that fumble, it's almost undoable. 2 scores to go. I'm not going to say that it's impossible, but, with the way they've been moving the ball tonight, probably not very likely with under 4 minutes to go, down 2 scores.
Crazy things have happened. I've seen comebacks happen with less than a minute and a half left, where a team was down by 2 scores and they win the game just by circumstances. Whether that was just a huge play, good special teams return. There's a lot of things that can happen. The only thing I think ADM I wouldn't do if I was ADM would call timeouts this early. It's a 25-second play clock. You're not running that 40 that there is in college and pros.
Right.
Plays happen at a lot quicker frequency. Yeah, the play clock might get run down to 1, but you're only giving up 24 seconds rather than almost 30.
But another thing is, you'd always want to, in my opinion, as far as, this is a pretty popular argument, as Neuscher takes the snap, and it's going to be another nice punt there from Alex Nusser as it's going to land at the 32, take a ram bounce inside the 30, and it'll be down at the 26-yard line. So what I was going to talk about, this is an argument pretty frequently brought up in football. When do you use your timeouts? Do you use them on offense? Do you use them on defense? In my opinion, you want to call them on defense simply because you can control the clock when you're on offense. You can get out of bounds. You can try to hurry up. You can bring tempo, and it's not as much pressure. When you just let the other team run the clock down, I feel like it's a pretty good idea to call the timeouts when you don't have the ball.
But I think that with this much time left, you still burn that time. You do burn a timeout, but you do it on a stop third down.
Right.
You don't do it on first and second. So you still have at least 2 timeouts going with the idea that you get it onside.
3:22 to go, 1st and 10, pass to the outside, incomplete. Pass was batted at the line. Intended for...
Defended by number 4, Ben Berkey on the play.
Trying to get a number on 24. So 2nd down and 10 now for the Tigers. Yeah, when it's alphabetically and not numerically, it is very, very hard to find a number on a program. I will say that. Screen pass here. Here goes across the 30 to the 35, has some space across the 45 and brought down finally at the 46-yard line. That was Fuller there on the reception for the
Zachary Fuller on the reception.
Zachary Fuller on the reception there for the Tigers.
Nice jailbreak screen on that play, allowing the receiver to get open right over the middle and just take it upfield, put ADM almost in Ram territory.
1st and 10 from their own 49. Back to pass to Stein Smith, has time, looking deep down the sideline, incomplete, overthrew his receiver there, flagged down, and that's probably going to be holding. It looked like there was quite a bit of contact there on the far sideline.
It was, or maybe something else, I don't know. Player could have accidentally stepped on him. There's a lot of things that can happen.
They're going to probably get Ben Berkey for something as the ball was in the air. Conrad was trying to get to the football. The pass was over everyone's head, but
it was catchable.
It was catchable. I would agree with you there. Yeah, that's going to be interference on Ben Berkey. So it's going to be 15 yards from the line of scrimmage. That should put the Tigers at about the 36-yard line. So now it will be 1st and 10 inside Glenwood territory. Ram defense still trying to hold tight here. 2:53 to go in the game. 14-0 lead for Glenwood. Tigers have a 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line of the Rams. No timeouts left as Stein Smith takes the snap and back to pass. Looking to the outside, and it's going to be incomplete. Pass was intended for Conrad on the far sideline, and that will bring up 2nd and 10.
Stein Smith, in my mind, he's starting to play with a little bit more urgency, but not in the right way.
Right.
Urgency is that you're getting rushed. You just have to get rid of the ball as quick as you can. He needs to play with the urgency where he can step back and get planted and make sure everything's right, just to make the safe plays and get yards and keep the ball moving for the Tigers.
2nd and 10. Shotgun snap, roll out here for Stein Smith. Getting chased down, fires to the outside, incomplete. Nice play there. Great defense from the senior cornerback, Ryan Leith. He's had quite the night tonight. We talked about him down on the far sideline, knocked that pass away with great position. This time he was able to knock that pass away. Also has an interception off the deflection earlier here in this quarter. So Leith is having himself quite the senior night.
And Stein Smith limping a little bit. And looks like they may have called a injury stoppage.
2:43 to go in the game. 14-0 Glenwood with the lead. ADM has a 3rd down and 10 at the Glenwood 36-yard line.
13. No. Yep. Looks like we have
Cody Anderson.
17 coming in at quarterback.
17.
17 at quarterback. Stein Smith is off the field.
Back to pass, looking to the outside, and it is caught on the far sideline. That looks like 24. Complete on the far sideline at about the 27-yard line.
Zachary Fuller, the new quarterback right now, as Stein Smith came off the field. Well, he's back on now. Probably needed a breather.
So Fuller completes one pass. He's 1 for 1. 4th and 1. Handoff up the middle. There goes Paulson. Paulson with some space, and he breaks tackles, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown ADM. Justice Paulson, a 27-yard touchdown scamper on 4th down and 1, and all of a sudden we have a one-score game with 2:07 to go.
Tale of two games, and now it looks like on this drive is when the real ball game begins. But if you're ADM, you're wondering, where was that the first 3 quarters? That was a great, just all around, great read, great run, great job by the blockers. Give them space to just take it downfield for the score.
So ADM goes pass, draw play, 27-yard touchdown. Very, very good play call there by the ADM coaching staff as the extra point is up, and it is no good. It was wide right, and now we have looks like the kicker might have gotten hurt there. It was Bryce Holm, the kicker, the junior. He was 11 for 11 on PATs before that kick this season.
Unable to plant his foot and slipped. Basically just almost slide tackled the ball through.
So that gives the Rams a little bit of a silver lining, as now if they're happen to give the ball back to ADM, it is an 8-point lead. 14-6, Glenwood with the lead, 2:07 to go in the game. Rams trying to close out what has been a pretty solid game. They dominated the first 3 quarters, but in this 4th quarter, ADM's been able to move the ball, and now, like I said, they fumbled that ball with 4 minutes to go in the game on the Glenwood 2-yard line, and if you're the Tigers, that was just a major mistake.
And the Ram defense, solid first 3 quarters, but then it's almost like they just said, okay, guys, we got this game won.
Yeah.
They aren't moving the ball. Almost just complacent with, they thought that they weren't going to allow them, but on that last drive, ADM just finally broke through and got a score. Granted, it's pretty late. Something could still happen.
So this onside kick likely. Glenwood out with the onside recovery team. So we'll see what happens here if the Tigers are able to get this ball back on the onside kick. There's the kick. It's going to be fumbled around. Ball is loose. Ball is still loose. Ball is still loose. And it looks like the Tigers have it.
The most exciting play in football.
The Tigers recover the onside kick. What a turn of events we have here right now here in Glenwood. The Rams had a 14-0 lead with just over 2 minutes to go. Now with 2:03 left in this game, the Tigers have the ball at the Glenwood 40-yard line, down by 8 points, and all of a sudden they have a chance to tie this football game.
Foss, who was earlier just jumping up and down the sideline, pumped on the success the players have been having, now kind of
nervous, probably.
Nervous, biting his nails on the sideline, now pacing back. He's about at the 41 right now.
1st and 10, Stein Smith back to pass, fires across the middle, and it's almost intercepted. Pass was deflected and knocked down by Ryan Leith. Once again, Leith in there on the play. Almost had the game-sealing interception, but that time unable to come up with it. So with 1:59 to go in the game, 2nd down and 10 now for the Tigers. No timeouts left for ADM. They used them all on that previous drive.
Foss with urgency running down the sideline. Looked like he ran about 30 yards to get the play call into the defense.
2nd and 10. Shotgun snap for Stein Smith. Has time, looks to the outside, and it's going to be caught on the far sideline. This is Conrad. Conrad all the way down to the Glenwood 24-yard line. So a nice gain there of about 16, 17 yards, and that will be a 1st down and 10 for the Tigers.
ADM, they really need to get the tempo going. You don't want to acknowledge, but I'm still going. Move my hands in motion of just come on, move up to the line. Hit the Rams with tempo if you're the Tigers.
So spotted at the 26, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Stein Smith. This Ram crowd is loud as the pressure comes. He fires to the outside, incomplete. Pass was intended for Heights. Ryan Leith with a big play there, and he's fired up. He knocked the pass down, and he is jumping up and down as the Rams force 2nd down and 10.
Stein Smith just ultimately willing his offense from losing yardage on that play.
If you're the Tigers here, you know, you're saying hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. You have 1:45 to go 25 yards. They don't need to be so fast that they can't even get a play in, you know?
No, but you still want to use tempo and try to catch the defense off guard and get your play call in.
Shotgun snap for Stein Smith on 2nd down. They're going to set up a screen pass as he takes it at the 25, gets out across the 20, and he's going to be brought down at about the 13-yard line. That is number 13, Cody Anderson, the junior receiver. in on the screen pass, and he picks up a first down. 1st and 10 now for ADM from the 13-yard line with 1:36 to go in the game.
That looked like actually number 17 Fuller on the jailbreak there, but the jailbreak effective in 2 straight drives for the Tigers.
Timeout now, Rams. Ram defense going to try to get back with their head back on straight. What a turn of events we've had in this game. Glenwood had a 14-0 lead. Looked like they were about to cruise to a victory, and they might have put it on cruise control a little bit too early as the Tigers score a late touchdown and then get the late onside recovery. And now all of a sudden, with 1:31 to go, Tigers down 8 points with a 1st and 10 at the Glenwood 13.
And if you're Coach Foss and Coach Defense Coordinator John Woodrow, you're really, like, come on, guys. If you're the Rams, you're hoping it's not too late because you took your foot off the accelerator, you're cruising, but then cruising and let them, come back up. I'm trying to think of a NASCAR equation where
car analogies.
Yeah, I'm not very good with racing, but essentially, ADM just took their time. They finally found a way to almost just slingshot themselves back into contention to win this game, because this is really starting to turn into a race. It's not a high-scoring game. It's only at 20 combined points, but they're really making their moves now and really making things dangerous for this Ram defense.
Glenwood crowd getting loud. 1st and 10 from the 13 for the Tigers. 1:31 to go in the game. Shotgun snap for Stein. Smith hands it off to Paulson. Paulson breaks a tackle, now has room inside the 10-yard line. Paulson fighting his way down to about the 8. And it looks like the ball was on the ground. It was a fumble. Fumble on the play, and the Rams came up with it.
Oh, my.
Wow. It didn't even look like there was anything crazy happening. Looks like Paulson just went to the ground, but the Rams come up with another big turnover, and now they take over at their own 6-yard line with a 1st and 10, trying to put this game away.
Paulson just trying to do everything he could to keep that ball moving. He did. He made a great effort to stay on his feet, but probably getting on that far opposite side from us where we really can't see very well. Ball probably got stripped out, or he just lost control of it, thought he was maybe closer to the ground than he actually was. Great job for the Ram defense. Really, their backs up against the wall to get a turnover.
Confusion here on who should be on the field here for this Ram offense. I would assume they're just going to take a knee. ADM doesn't have any timeouts left. And that's exactly what they're going to do. So Zach Carr takes a knee. The Rams are going to come away with this victory. What a wild finish we had here as the Tigers were able to punch in a late touchdown. They had it, and that is 2 fumbles within the Glenwood 10-yard line here in this 4th quarter for the Tigers.
Just Tigers really threatening, and really all this momentum over on the opposite sideline from us. But the Ram defense, like I mentioned just a moment ago, made a huge turnover.
So Carr will take the snap and kneel down again. So Glenwood will improve to 4-3. ADM will fall to 4-3. The Rams will have Lewis Central next week. That should be a delightful challenge for Glenwood, as the Titans are beating up on Harlan right now up in Council Bluffs, about 20 minutes up the road. But you got to give hats off to the Rams senior night. They're able to come away with this victory, and it was a big one, just kind of for a morale boost.
Absolutely, especially for how the last couple weeks have gone for the Rams, where it seemed like no matter what, things went wrong. But tonight, things look like they could have gone wrong again, but things went right at the end, and the Rams get the win.
That is the ball game.
So your final score, after Zach Carr takes that final knee, your final score, Glenwood 14, ADM 6. Rams able to hold on to that lead and come away with a victory here on senior night. As I said, Rams improved to 4-3. ADM falls to 4-3. The Rams will be back in action next week against Lewis Central up in Council Bluffs. And we are going to take a short break here on GlenwoodSports.com. Again, your final 14-6, Glenwood with the win. We'll be right back with a post-game show and a wrap-up here on GlenwoodSports.com.
Accurate Insurance is our newest sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com. Located at 508 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Looking for life and health, commercial, crop and farm, or personal insurance? Then give Accurate Insurance a call today at 712-527-9106 for your free quote today. Stop down and see Scott and Laura Barrett at 401 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Barrett Auto is your local complete auto service car dealership. Barrett Auto Center has a wide variety of vehicles for all your needs. If they don't have it, they'll find it. Also, stop by and see their Hercules tires. They come with a 3-year free road hazard nationwide, along with a 30-day test trial. Check out their website at barrettautocenter.com, or just give them a call at 712-527-5525. Barrett Auto Center. Looking for a place to eat? Well, stop down at El Porton here in Glenwood, Iowa. El Porton is a family-owned Mexican grill located at 612 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Looking for a good bite to eat after the game? Well, stop down and check out their daily specials. El Porton. Looking for a place to bank? Well, check out Glenwood State Bank, because they're back as a sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com. Located at 32 North Walnut on the west side of the square in Glenwood, Iowa, Glenwood State Bank has been serving southwest Iowa since 1899. Glenwood State Bank is the bank for all your needs. Check out their online services at glenwoodstatebank.com, or give them a call at 712-527-3157. Looking for a spot to store all your goods? Well, contact Iowa Storage here in Glenwood, Iowa. Glenwood Iowa Storage is located at 50619 220th Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. They offer multiple sizes of storage units along with outdoor concrete storage. Give them a call today at 712-527-3311 and reserve your unit today at Iowa Storage. Are you in need of a new or used vehicle? Then head over to Jeff Henry Chevrolet. Take the new bridge over and talk with Glenwood's Dave Wilson at 402-296-3210 for your next new or used vehicle. Jeff Henry Chevrolet is located in Plattsmouth, Nebraska. No matter who you are, they have your car at Jeff Henry Chevrolet. Check out their line of vehicles and more at jeffhenrychevrolet.com. Jim Hughes Real Estate is back as a sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com, located at 410 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Looking to buy, sell, or rent a house? Well, look no further than Glenwood's very own Jim Hughes Real Estate. You can contact Jim Hughes Real Estate at 712-527-3114 or visit their website.
14-6 the final here from Ram Memorial Fields. Rams get win number 4 on the season. Zach Blunt with you doing a quick post-game wrap-up here on GlenwoodSports.com after the Rams get a win that looked pretty comfortable, but as it got closer to the end, really things started picking up and including some people's heart rate. But a late fumble with their back against the wall made by the Ram defense helped secure the win. Next up for the Rams, like I mentioned, trip up to Lewis Central, which could be a very, very tense game, especially with the success that Lewis Central back and Class 3A after being at 4A for the past several years. A very dangerous squad led by head coach Kevin Duggan, who did a great job developing the St. Albert football program and then what he's done at Lewis Central the past several years. Gonna check after that Lewis Central Harlan game. It was pretty one-sided earlier. The Cyclones trailing by a score of 35-7. The score page updates here. That's how things like that work. Of course, at the very bottom of the screen too. Not looking like though that. Oh, here we go. 42-7 in the third. Currently, the score between Harlan and Lewis Central. So, for Nick Stavas, I'm Zach Blunt. Final score once again: Rams lead. Well, Rams win 14-6. See you next week from Titan Stadium here on GlenwoodSports.com. Good night, everybody.